guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you the watch along to today's massive Carabao Cup semi-final versus Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. First leg, absolutely credit to Nick for the music. War music, Antonio chant. I'm absolutely losing my mind. I'm absolutely loving life. But Jack, of course, we're joined by Jack. We were supposed to be joined by Sean, but he is a bit ill. So everybody, let's hope Sean gets hopefully full recovery. Jack, my man, how are you keeping, brother?
Keeping quite well, David. Listening to them as Antonio chants, I realized, we're going into battle today, a bit nervous in the lines. And then I realized the general, David, the Don is leading us, into battle today. He's leading the general. And so I feel a lot safer about it. I mean, I will say the Doherty kind of decision is a bit questionable, but we'll see how it rolls. We just know that we do have a few warriors in there, Dave, with likes of Skippy and Højbjerg. I'm looking forward to, seeing them absolutely bully Jorginho. It's just going to be, I don't know, Dave, it's just battle day. It's battle day. It's war days.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is. And look, I still have the Battle of the Bridge in my mind. I can't let it go. I cannot let it go. And I mean, I definitely want to absolutely abuse these fuckers today. I really do. I hate Chelsea. I really do hate them. So let's get at them early. But let's see what some of the watchers are saying here. We've got Kev Williams. He says, come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love it. The regular, come on, you Spurs. He's pumped. We have got Killian Kenny. Big up David Harris. Come on, you Spurs. Let's win 4-0 today. We are 2020 good so far. I like Harry Kane to win and the EFL Cup final for Spurs. Big yourself up, Killian Kenny. I hope you're keeping well. Celery agent, come on, you Spurs. We've got DMT85, big up everyone. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you flat cap army. Shamu Van Spurs, good chance to beat Chelsea with all their players missing. Still a good team, though. Exactly, Shamu. Let's get at them. Rich Vice, big up, David. The streams today have got me absolutely fired up. Come on, you Spurs. I mean, that's why I'm in this Tottenham community. I mean, all I do is I give these players unbelievable nicknames, managers, and stuff like that. Look, every other team puts us down. It's up to me to build us up and get people fired up, get people's passion, and get it out there loud and proud. Let's have it. Big up, Richie boy. We have Jason Fox. Let's effing go. That's what I'm talking about, my man. Pete from the lane. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely pumped for this. Who else have we got? We've got Anthony Gray. Not sure about Doherty, especially on the left, but in Conte we trust. Come on,
I love
you
it,
Spurs.
Anthony.
He has to step up today. I mean, he doesn't want to leave Tottenham. There's been rumours of him leaving. Now's your chance to show that you don't want to leave Tottenham. Now, even though it's already 2 years in and 2 years too late as far as I'm concerned, but today is your day. Get out there and do it. William McKenzie, come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love it, William. Great bowler. What's everyone thinking with that lineup? Is it a 3-5-2 with Moraz Cam? Looks really defensive. It'd be very interesting. Very interesting. Is it 3-5-2? Is it 3-4-3? We'll have to wait and see. We are 6-7 minutes out from kickoff, so we'll find out then, Craig. We will find out then. Chris Benoit, Sanchez playing Dyer's role. Yep, 100%. And I understand it. I can definitely understand it. Sean Snow's in the building. Hey, guys, I predict 2-2. Hashtag Harris Army. Everybody get your score predictions into the chat, guys. Get them into the chat. We also have Dark Song G. Skip should eat that midfield alive with no Kante, Jack.
No, he absolutely should. This is what I meant, Dark Sun G. When you kind of think about it, maybe you want that kind of passer, maybe Harry Winks. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. But, in this kind of day, you do kind of just want those just combative sort of midfielders in there. You want those midfielders that, when they do get kind of bypass, they just clean the man out. You want ones that can also kind of control games, especially with, Chelsea are going to try to bully us and win the ball high up the pitch. We have a bit of warriors in there and the likes of Højbjerg and Skippy who might win it right back. I just feel like Skippy, he's going to show that we have, Spurs' own N'Golo Kante created in our own little laboratory. We have Ollie Skip, our own N'Golo Kante. They will be definitely missing not playing Kante for this one, Dave.
No, 100%. And hopefully they regret it as well. Big up, Dark Song G. Nick is in the building. Antonio. And then everywhere we go. Absolutely love it, Nick. Absolutely. You bust that pump up that countdown, man. Absolutely bust it. Michael Bennett, Yid Army, does us proud, boys, and come home to the lane with a result for next week. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Michael. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We need it. We have tip top 9. And he says, Doherty to have a stormer now. Then he's out the door. Hopefully, I want him to have a good game. I really do. The Irish Cafu, let's have it. Jamie Gate says, we can do this. We can do this. Can we do this? Of course we can do it, my man. They've got, honestly, retirement village at the back. Romelu Lukaku, I mean, he would rather be playing on the courts in Miami with Paul Pogba basketball rather than sticking up for Chelsea. He has more love for Inter than what he does for Chelsea. I mean, and they're sinking quicker than the Titanic. Let's have it. Things over there are not right. Let's take advantage of it. Kai Balak says, got my flat cap yesterday. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love it. Mary W says, Palace and Spammers, now Chelsea. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. King Huddle, this is a Chelsea team without Mendy, Christensen, Thiago, Chilwell, James, and Kante. A bad defeat would be totally inexcusable. It will be, that's for sure. Terry Wright, big up, lads. Let's kick some Chelsea arse. Exactly, my man.
Love it, Terry.
Paris 1-1 draw would be a good result. I take that. Celery 2-1. We've got the regular. He's gone for a 2-2 or a 3-2 late winner. Ian Ferguson, beat yourself up 2-1. We've got William McKenzie. He's gone with a 3-1. We've got Lockie Shamuka 2-1 Spurs. Absolutely love it. Power Miguel Escobardos tuning in. Just got home. Absolutely love it. Big yourself up. Sit back, relax, and watch us spank Chelsea around their home ground. We've got Aaron Fernandez. Come on, you Spurs. That's what I'm talking about. Michael Bennett's gone with 3-1. I'm absolutely loving life. We've got Henry Draper. He says, I hope Lo Celso gets a run at left back in the second half. I hope so. Lo Celso. No, Jesus, no, Henry, no. Honestly, he must be a Chelsea fan. Matt Chase says, you guys have got me pumped right up for this. Proud to be part of the family. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love it. And then we've got Ed M. Says, Son can take Aspilicueta to the cleaners if he's right back. Same goes for Lucas to have a run at Alonso. Exactly,
good
my
point,
man.
Adam. Solid point, Adam.
Solid. And Jack Merry has gone with 3-0 to Tottenham. And Henry Draper, he is a Spurs fan. He's gone 3-2. Absolutely love it. And we've got Carlos H in the building.
Legend.
Some big calls by Conte, of course. Look, like Jack alluded to, Doherty at left back. Tanganga's come in. Dyer's out. With Sanchez moving into the middle to deal with the Hulk, a.k.a. Big Angry Ron. So let's see what happens there. And we have gone with two in midfield, Skip and Højbjerg. Let's see how they compare against Chelsea midfield today. Let's get at them. And we also have Old Soul. Big up. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Old Soul. Really big yourself up, my man. You're an absolute top man. And King Huddle, he's gone with a 1-1, but let's do this 2-1. That's what I'm talking about. Positivity. Dark Sung G says, Blues will feel the rat of Skip under Nuno. We didn't use Skip and lost 3-0. Now they will lose 3-1. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, son. Score against Kepa. Let's win. Jack, what would you say to Dark Sun G?
Dark Sun G, yet again, he just remembers everything. And I completely forgot, Dark Sun G, that Skippy did not play in that Chelsea fixture. And now I'm just coming to, I don't know, like I said, Dark Sun G, we have our own N'Golo Kante and the likes of Skippy. He's, he didn't play in the last one. He's just going to show them the vengeance that he was going to bring them for this one, especially away from home. I feel like Skippy's going to set the tone for this one. So, Dark Sun G, I don't know. It's like a photographic memory date from him sometimes. I completely forgot Skippy was out for the last one. He's just going to show them, especially Saul Niguez now, I believe, in that midfield for them. Dark Sun G just going to absolutely terrorize them.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. And Jack Niguez, he's a player I haven't really seen him feature too much considering they brought him in.
Because he started off terribly, Dave. I mean, he was highly rated, of course, coming from Madrid. But, since he's come into the Premier League, I mean, he's just looked like an absolute, I don't know, Dave. He's just been really rattled by the looks of it. They barely play him at all. Maybe this is a chance for him to potentially wow Tuchel. But I don't know, Dave. He has not been convincing since coming into the Chelsea side.
No, he definitely has not been. We are 1 minute from kickoff. Very interesting. They're just giving out the lineups here with Mouse and Mount, Lukaku, and Havertz look like they're forming the front three. It'd be very, very interesting to see how we can deal with them. So the Chelsea lineup is Kepa in goals, Rudiger, Sarr, and Aspilicueta across the back. It looks like Alonso and Ziyech is playing wing back for them. It looks like in that formation. Tottenham, of course, we have Hugo Lloris in goals. We've got Davies, Sanchez, and Tanganga across the back three. Very, very important. The Sky, they're saying that Jaffa Tanganga is in the middle. It'd be very interesting to see what happens there. Of course, starting at left wing back with Emerson Royale at right wing back, Skip and Højbjerg in midfield. Very, very important today with Lucas Moura, Kane, and Son up top. Be very interesting, Jack, to see if he has them in and around Harry Kane or whether he has them out wide to keep their fullbacks penned backwards. that'll be very, very interesting to see what happens there, Jacko.
No, I certainly agree. And what I'm a bit worried, I must say, actually, quickly, that with Ziyech, I feel like we could easily take him on and bypass him, Dave. At the same time, though, like he'll just cut inside every time and put that ball at the back post. So I believe it's going to be probably Tanganga's side that he'll probably be going, crossing that ball into the back post. So Tanganga is just going to have to realize that, like, he is going to, pick somebody out, especially Big Rom up top, Dave. He will try to pick him out. So I would say Tanganga and Sanchez are going to have to, I don't know, not do that kind of classic ball watching, Dave.
Yeah, no, absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. Well, I cannot wait for this. We are just literally Conte. He looks pumped. I mean, this is a guy, Jack, that said he wanted Chelsea to get relegated once they sacked them.
Here, Dave. Yeah, just a sec. Tell me what time you reach. 30 seconds.
Okay. Perfect. And look, hopefully Conte can stick it to these on Stamford Bridge today. I mean, he did say he wanted them to get relegated. So let's get at them and let's have it. I mean, I really do. The game is about to kick off here. It has kicked off for me. And it's a long ball straight away trying to get at Chelsea into their half. Harry Kane wins it. Son couldn't win the rebound. And Chelsea have gone with a long kick up field. Let's take this down. Let's show some composure. No, headed straight backwards. They've punted a long ball in. Big Rom or Havertz wins the header. Chelsea are in here straight away. Lukaku, they nearly pulled him down. Who was that? Sanchez. Wrong side of Lukaku completely and nearly ended up pulling him down. Not a good start from Tottenham Hotspur. Jack, I am 30 seconds in now.
Okay, thank you. Let me know when you hit 38. Sorry.
Okay. I'm at 38 now, lad.
Beautiful.
Not a good start from Tottenham, Jack. Romelu Lukaku straight in. Sanchez nearly giving away a penalty and potentially a red card here because he didn't win his first header against Havertz.
No, I mean, that's a very sketchy moment, Dave. I think this is what I am a bit worried about is maybe playing Havertz and Lukaku together. I would say they're both actually quite decent in the air, or at least can, make things a bit awkward. And we just saw that there from Havertz winning that header. And I don't know, Dave, it is going to be a bit worrisome at times, I will say, when they do kind of whip those balls in, because they actually, for this fixture, they do have some players that can definitely, probably, hurt Tanganga or Sanchez. But then again, Dave, if Tanganga and Sanchez are on it, maybe a few minutes in, they are probably quite athletic and could easily handle these guys. But it's just about the focus and concentration, I feel like, for them.
No, definitely do have to keep the focus and concentration. And speaking of that, another stupid free kick in and around the box, which gives them a good chance to get one in on top of Lukaku's head. And as we know, we're not exactly the biggest team, tallest team. So we do struggle sometimes early. And it's just giving Chelsea another chance to get straight in at us. Let's see if the delivery can be any good.
Sails
it's
out.
A good football for all of them. Thank God. And it's gone out for a Tottenham throw-in. Way absolutely useless. Mason Mount. Look at that. Look, he's got new hairdo, perfectly blow-dried, combed. He thinks he's new Frank Lampard, this guy. I can't wait to turn him over today. And it's Emerson Royale with a throw into Skippy. Skippy has decided to go long, trying to get it in behind for Son, but well read. Two Chelsea defenders back there. And it's through to
looks like Sarr, I believe Malang Sarr, I believe maybe his name is. I'm not sure his first name, but yeah, Sarr is who they're playing back there, Dave. But Havertz, I believe, dropped deep there in that situation, plays it to Mount, finds Alonso.
Alonso on the ball, back to Mason Mount. Spurs just shutting up with a low block here, getting Chelsea to kind of just rotate side to side and backwards, which is good. Azpilicueta on the ball. Passes it inside to Havertz. That's a good play. Lukaku. No, don't let him shoot. Do not let him shoot. Good block.
Well blocked by Tanganga.
Here's it.
Sonny just getting assaulted by the ref.
Referee, honestly, I mean, Jack, if he wants a piggyback ride, just ask Sonny.
You got to ask Sonny for a piggyback ride first, Dave. He's got to ask him for a piggyback ride first, Dave.
You should be asking permission. Sonny's made a goal. Should be asking him just to touch him, just to put a fingertip on him. Jesus Christ.
They are actually spreading us very wide, and there is a lot of open space, I must say, at least in the beginning of the match so far, for the likes of Chelsea. They do basically just swarm the penalty area, I will say, at times, where they just pass it around your own penalty area. But Sanchez with an absolute, we are going to be missing Eric Dyer's passing ability for this one, Dave.
Chelsea were stupid to give away the free kick where they did because they were having us under a bit of pressure. We get the chance to alleviate the pressure. and we just kick it straight back to them. And it's not even a floated ball. It's just one long straight ball in behind. Straight back to Kepa.
Oh, well done,
it's a stupid ball. Into Sonny. Sonny, good touch. Back to Højbjerg. All day, referee. How many more times does he want to kick at his ankles? Sanchez across to Tanganga. Tanganga gets out his feet, leaves it short for Emerson. Absolutely shocking. It's a 2-on-1 situation here for Chelsea. They're in behind. No, it's 1-1. Tanganga shit pass. Sanchez couldn't get back on the line to clear it. Kai Havertz, Chelsea 1-0 up. That's absolutely shocking from Sanchez and Tanganga. Sanchez just gave them the ball straight back. They built the attack. Then we win it back. And then Tanganga leaves Emerson completely short on the pass. And it's Chelsea 1-0 already. Absolutely calamitous defending from Sanchez and Tanganga. Absolutely calamitous. Yeah, there was not enough pace on the pass from Sanchez to Tanganga anyway. But Tanganga, he just didn't go along. And then Sanchez, again, not in the right position. He puts it into his own net. It's an own goal. That's absolutely shocking. That is shocking. A calamitous defending all round. All round. That is
Tanganga,
bad.
It looked like Tanganga also had read the pass there as well, David. It just seemed like he was a bit slow. Like to even, it seemed like I don't know. It looked like he was seeing that overlap from Havertz there as well. He just gets absolutely done. Shocking. I don't know. It's just kind of two errors there for me from Sanchez. From Tanganga. From Tanganga, yeah.
2 errors. Look, even Sanchez would get the free kick, alleviate the pressure. What does he do? Kick it straight back to them. Straight back to them. They build the attack. Sanchez Porter Tanganga was slow anyway, and then Tanganga to Emerson. He could see that they were waiting to pounce on Emerson, go along with it. But even the pass, he completely left them short. They let them in. And then Sanchez again, he's running back towards the line. Go out and close off the angle. Drive him away from the goal. You know what I mean? It's absolutely calamitous defending all around. All around. That is absolutely shocking.
I don't remember the last time when's the last time we did concede in the first 20 minutes?
6 minutes. Fuck me. 6 minutes. There's no point in going around like this, Sanchez. You give it a big one when you score or prove them wrong, and then you do something stupid like this along with Tanganga. Jesus Christ. Shane, I get what you're saying. Not much Sanchez could have done there, but he's the one that originally gave it a long ball straight back to them. After we alleviate the pressure, just give it straight back to them. Didn't even have to work for the ball back to build that attack. Shocking all round. Shocking all round. I think we missed the Sean Snow super chat there.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Conte
kickoff. Oh, sorry.
Conte continues his last win against Chelsea in the courtroom and changed my pick 3-2 to Spurs. Hopefully it turns into a 3-2 at the moment, Sean. It just feels like, we're kind of our own worst enemy at the moment. We seem to be, hurting ourselves here instead of letting Chelsea hurt us. It does feel that way. But
I'd say Harry Kane. Fuck's sake, who's getting in on the breaking ball there? Battle away. It's another ball in behind, and it already looks like that Lukaku is going to give Sanchez an absolute run around today.
Hopefully we do give them that spanking in the courtroom as well, though, Sean, as well as on the pitch today. But it's not looking great so far. But big yourself up, Sean. Hopefully you're keeping well, my man.
Big up, Shawnee. Big up, Sean. I hope you're keeping well. This is just so demoralizing. 6 minutes in, surely Conte's team talk would have been keep it tight, no mistakes. And then what do? Go out and make mistakes and just give them something to hang on to straight away. Give the momentum to them. Shocking. Let's see what Harry Kane can do here. Jesus Christ, ref. What? He hasn't even blown his whistle. How many more digs? How many more times do they want to kick my beloved Harry? Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Referee. Every other week you love blowing that whistle. You love the feeling of it on your lips. Why not now? He's getting assaulted. If that was done on the street, he'd be put in a cell and brought up to court the next morning. That's just outrageous. But at the same time, they're flying into tackles. 2-3 players around.
Beautiful ball by Højbjerg. Beautiful ball here. Matt Doherty taking on.
He's offside. Is he offside?
He's the slowest player on earth. How on earth could it be offsides?
This is going to be a long afternoon. Everyone get the beers out, whatever else you do to relax. Just get it out now. Get it out in force. It's going to be a long evening. I can already feel it. I just don't get how you can be so lax defensively. And Jack, I was talking about this in the pre-match build-up, Jack. I sat here and said, they will look to press us high. We cannot do stuff at walking pace like we tend to do in the games because they will look to nip the ball up high and take it off us. And it's exactly what they've done. Yeah, I'm sick of it. Stop. Like, against West Ham, we done it straight away after we scored. Dyer gave them the ball back at walking pace, let them in. Here we start at walking pace. Shit on the ball, sloppy on the ball, give it straight to them, shit passes, and they're in. I mean, we can spot it. We spoke about on the pre-match build-up. Why can't these spot it? Why do they keep doing it? It fucks me off. Pisses me off. I mean, this is Chelsea. You have to come out here pumped up and ready to go. Not hiding and frightened. Let's go, Lucas. Let's go. Oh, that's a poor pass, Lucas. I mean, put it over the top. Son is already running in behind. Put it over the top, over the defender's shoulder. Fucking hell. Wake up. This is what gets me tick about this Spurs team sometimes. I mean, just the simple things, the basics of football, sometimes they can't do. And now he wants to blow his whistle. For what? Jesus Christ. I mean, Kane's getting kicked like it's fucking pin the tail on the donkey. This guy dives and he gives him a free kick. Fed up with it. Fucking Chelsea, man. We're rolling over. It's Chelsea.
Come on, Skippy. Harry Kane putting under pressure. Oh, Jesus, winning those second balls there.
It's like they're trying to play football on a trampoline, Jack. Oh, please, just get back into this game. I don't want to hear any more fucking crying in the morning. Just get back into it. Come on. It's Chelsea on the attack down the left-hand side here with Alonso. Alonso into a little midget, back to another midget, out to Alonso, back into another midget. Into Rudiger. Rudiger out to Azpilicueta. We're failing. They're just knocking about us with ease. Every time we come out.
Just way too many. Yeah, they're just pinging it to each other left and right.
Because we're not synchronized pressing. We're not doing it as a team. One comes out and then we just pass around it. Then the next one comes out, pass around him.
Oh, they're playing with a bit of swagger.
It's another ball into the box. Good clearance.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Who cleared that?
I mean, Jesus, do I have to go down and confess all my sins? I mean, I think that was Højbjerg. Oh, that's shocking. Jesus Christ, when are they going to wake up? I mean, that header was back into a bad area. And then he just balloons it off skip. I mean, thank God that guy didn't have a shot on him there, and Hugo Lloris got down to his near post well to save it, because that's absolutely calamitous. I mean, honestly, clip that and put some circus music on that. That's ridiculous.
GK Clark is saying we're marking space, not players.
Yep, spot on. 11 minutes in. 11 minutes in, and we're one down.
Doesn't feel like it.
12 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Beautiful pass, Højbjerg. Okay. There we go.
Get a touch on it. Overplays it. Poor pass. Doesn't even give him a chance to get the ball into the box. Emerson with a bit of samba here. Holding him off. Back to Lucas Moura.
Oh,
Lucas Moura. Okay. Ball in behind for Sonny. Emerson.
Emerson. Oh.
He nutmegs him. And then Son pulls out a challenge. Jesus. And then he gives away a free kick. Because he pulled out the first challenge. Just go into the first challenge. You don't have to give away that free kick. It's simple. This is Chelsea. This is Chelsea. For the first 20 minutes, you're going to have to kick the shit out of them and match them physically to be allowed to play. What do they not understand? God.
Bit of pressure here. Wins it back. Oh, well, almost won it back in a good position there. Skippy here gets eaten up by, I believe, Saul
Emerson,
there.
I mean, you slide in there. Jesus Christ. Chelsea on the attack with Alonso down the outside into, I don't know whether it's Mason Mount or Havertz, the ball at the same time.
There. Sal here with the shot gets blocked by Højbjerg.
And they're just pinning us in there. Just toying with us like puppets on a string. Dara with the super chat. What does Dara say? He says, I hear Romero will have to fight to start. My arse.
I think that was kind of, maybe David's point at a certain stage or another was, do we really want to wait till that mistake happens? Because we know it is going to happen. So why do you wait for it to happen? But, I guess we've already seen the mistake soon enough to know that, the moment that Romero is back and healthy and, ready to play 90 minutes, I'd say just throw him right in right away. He doesn't need to prove himself.
I mean, that's exactly what I said I'd do. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't do it. I've said it time and time again. These players can have great games, but then they can also be absolutely shocking. And that's what we need to get rid of. If we want to put consistent runs together, we want consistent run of form. We want to be able to, challenge for trophies. Like, it's all well and good going out, keeping a clean sheet against Norwich, Brentford, teams like this. But these are the games where it matters. And these are the games, is why I say you bring back Romero straight away and you still go out and look for centre backs. Because these are the games where it fucking matters.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not even anyone within a yard of Harry Kane. What's the point of throwing it down the line to him and there's no one even in and around him? It's just, this is all over the shop. This is shocking. CH on the ball down the right-hand side, doing a few step overs, loving his run at Doherty here, plays it inside, and he has an ocean of space. He pings one off. I mean, honestly, there's an ocean there in front of him.
No,
Close
it
the
looks training
streets.
ground. It looks training ground for them, Dave. Really does, the way they're not kind of knocking it around. It's like we're actually playing with 10 men or 9 men, it feels like at certain stage. But I think it is what GK Clarkey is just saying. I feel like we are actually just marking space, not players, because you do realize that, Chelsea, they do kind of have a lot of liberty with some of the positions some of their players take. And it seems like, we're just marking the space instead of realizing that they do have overloads. They do have areas of the pitch that there should be more men marking, but we just seem to be ball watching and just marking space.
Too reactionary, way too reactionary. I mean, for the first 15, 20 minutes here, you have to expect to be able to battle for possession. They're not just going to allow you to play and drop off, and that seems like what we want them to do. I mean, because as soon as we get the ball, they're just plowing into us. I mean, even when we're pressing, it's not synchronized. It's one goes, then the next goes, and they're just popping it around us, just literally popping it off around us, taking us out of the game. This press was good. It was synchronized. Kane, Son, and Lucas together, and we forced them all the way back to Kepa. Let's go, Emerson. Emerson, he's in retirement village. Just steamroll at him. Let's go, Sonny. Put this fucker under pressure. Oh, come on. That's poor by Kane and Son. They're just jogging. And they just pop it around us again.
They're just playing it on 3 way too easily.
Ocean space down the left-hand side here into Alonso. Alonso to Havertz. Havertz cuts it back inside to Mason Mount. To Saul. That's who that is. Saul into Sarr. Sarr over to Rudiger. Jack.
Do you think we should have gone with the 3-5-2, Dave, considering that it feels like they are just playing it around this front three way too easily? Yeah. If it were just a front two, wouldn't really be the biggest problem in the world because you would have that extra midfielder in there. Do you feel like maybe that might be a better solution at this moment?
Yeah, I think so. Look, I was also saying in the pre-match build-up, against the bigger teams, you've seen it against Liverpool. We played the 3-5-2 and it worked. We looked solid defensively. They didn't really have that much space. And we looked a lot better going forward, and we had plenty of bodies around midfield. Right now, I mean, Chelsea are just getting in and around the edge of the box and popping them off because there's an ocean of space there. You have that third midfielder. Højbjerg can press out wider. Skip can press out a bit wider. Winks sits in the middle. You don't really have all that space to play around. But right now, it's too easy. It's way too easy. They're creating overloads everywhere. And look, we need to do something because very shortly we will end up 2 down before we wake up. And then we'll start playing, which I'm pissed off always about. I've seen it against West Ham last year. 3-0 down, then the second half, they'll come out and fight. I mean, you got to expect that from minute 1, not 45 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Kind of feels like more time has passed as well than you probably would think as well, compared to the Watford game, Dave, which seemed to be the slowest game of all time. This is only still 17 minutes in. It just does feel, I don't know, it's just a bit training ground. It just really feels like I'm watching a training ground, kind of team at the moment. It's just way too easy for Chelsea. But Moondog, I mean, hopefully you just have somebody like Sonny or Harry Kane that might just pop off with a goal against the run of play. Come on, Luke.
Sonny needs to wake up. He's lost the ball 3 or 4 times. He has to expect they're going to get tight to him. He has to learn to deal with that physical battle. 2 or 3 times he's lost the ball in the same fashion and just gave up on it. It's not good enough.
Do you think because Chelsea have the exact same shape, Dave, that they are having a bit of an easier time because it's also kind of the same shape against the same shape to a degree, where it is just their front three, against our front three and their midfield against our midfield. And if they keep possession like this, you kind of have to think there's just, I don't know, it's a bit too easy for them to kind of do this because they're quite familiar to play against a team like this, probably this sort of
Look,
shape.
Conte and Tuchel, same formation, same shape, use two complete different ways, like we discussed in the build-up. Tuchel wants to win the ball back quickly, get on the ball, keep possession, and grind his teams down. Whereas Conte is happy to sit back, take the ball, and play on the counter. But right now, they just want it more. Anytime there's a battle for the ball, there's one or two players, Chelsea players, in and around, and they're coming into tackles with ferocity. We're not. Yeah. We're just backing off. There you are. Have it back. Sit back in our shape, too content to do it. The difference is they just want it more right now. Yeah. That's all it is. Every 50-50, they're coming out with the ball. Every time we get the ball, they're putting us under pressure. We're not doing it to them. Again, see that? Another throw-in. Kane doesn't win the header, and they're first to the second ball. Now they're back on possession. It's not good enough. It's not good enough right now. Another lost-out header. Come on, Emerson. Jesus Christ. Emerson into Skip. Can we get out? Harry Kane back to Skip. Let's go. Let's build something from here.
Great pass.
Drive. Do not even turn inside. I swear to God. Drive down that line. Drive like you've never driven before. And he cuts back inside. I swear to God.
Højbjerg pings along to Emerson here.
Good ball. Emerson. Go. Oh, good ball.
Oh. Good idea. It's got to be better, but it's a good idea.
Good idea. At least we're trying something. That's better. Come on, boys. Come on. Like, these are there for the taking. They're not great by any means whatsoever. They're not. They're there for the taking. We have to be better. We have to just want it more. We have to go into them 50-50 challenges like our life depends on it. Like we want to win it,
Mm. It just seems like it's just way too easy for them. Chelsea, they just really feel like they can just do it, especially already being 1-0 up at home. I mean, they can really just, I don't know, they can go into cruise control, and that's what I'm a bit worried about, Dave.
Yeah. Look, if we can get out here and keep it 1-0, I mean, not so bad, but then, you're banking on them in the second leg to turn up with some passion, with some desire, with some fight, with some fire. You know what I mean? But realistically, you should be expecting that from here, from the very off, in this game, in the away leg. It's crucial, this away leg. Crucial. And these have a lot of players out. I mean, imagine if they had Chilwell, Reece James back in here, that youngster that's been scored a couple of goals for them, Trevor Chalobah. You know what I mean? Edouard Mendy in goals. We're talking about huge misses here for them. It's absolutely, it's like, this isn't, like, don't get me wrong, they still have some world-class players out there now, but it's not their first 11. It's nowhere near it.
Yeah.
If we could get on the ball and dominate and get them turned, get in behind and test how quick they are in behind. We're not doing it, but because we can't do it, because we can't win any battles. And when we get free kicks like this, like we've already seen, we kick it long, straight back to them, and they come up and have a shot. About time. Why didn't Sanchez do that 10 minutes ago? Someone tell me why Sanchez didn't do that 10 minutes ago. Please. Why does he do it when we're 1-0 down? This is what pisses me off. Why not do that 10 minutes ago when we had the free kick? Jesus Christ. Another ball in behind. And it's overhit. Thank God for that. Yeah, and N'Golo Kante, he's an old and he's not even playing. No
Kovacic either. He's been in good form.
It's just not good enough, man. Got to show more passion, more desire. I mean, I want to get back to Wembley. It was crushing being beaten there last year. Absolutely crushing. City, you're gone. Show that you want to get back there. Start. You want to start winning trophies. We'll start now. Get us back to the final, win that one first, and then take it from there. Oh, what is Sanchez doing? Tanganga, Emerson into Lucas.
Oh, well done, Lucas.
Come on, Kane, turn. Let's go.
Oh, yes, good touch.
On your right foot.
Oh, come on.
He takes about 30 years. Honestly, I'll be great by the time he shoots. I really would be.
Højbjerg.
Well, one back.
Oh, Jesus, Doherty, though.
Skip, good ball.
Good touch again from Lucas. Great.
That's what I'm talking about. Lucas, get it out from under your feet. Emerson, Ref,
Well
that's
done,
two-footed.
Emerson.
That is two-footed, referee.
Well done by Emerson to win that back for us there.
Jesus.
Beautiful passage of play from, Lucas having a great touch, giving it to Harry Kane. Harry Kane turns, finds Doherty. It seemed like they tracked Sonny's run kind of well, so it was hard to make that pass. Probably could have tried to play Lucas again, but, he went for Doherty. Doherty seemed to have all the time and space, but just couldn't do anything with it.
Oh, come on. Let's get a good ball into the box here. Plays it short. Emerson in behind for Sonny. Sonny, get one across there. Bit of height on it, well defended. Too easy to defend, to be honest. That was that he has to take a bit of weight off that pass, and so Sonny's running onto it and cross it first time, not sprinting after it. Tottenham corner here, Sonny on it. Let's get another good delivery. And them Chelsea fans, honestly, they should care more about the Poodles at home, feeding them with pedigree chumps, losers. Absolute sick of them. Come on, Sonny, get it in the box. He doesn't. He looks to go short. Oh, he's just toying with them. He's just flirting with them. Sonny with a poor delivery in. Who wins that first header? That was a good first header won by Lucas. Now Chelsea are on the attack. Big Rom, angry. The Hulk is on the ball. Let's see if he can smash everything in front of him. That's it, Doherty.
Oh, boy, get some class. Get some class.
Hey, you big lump of shit. Come on. Oh, what a lump. What a lump. Gotta love it. Dara with the super chat. No swearing on super chat. So are you watching Levy U? And I know what you want to say there. Dara. Big yourself up. Look, we still, even if we do, get to the final, for instance, like, we still have to invest this window. Still have to invest this window regardless of what happens. Same as in the summer. You have to keep going and keep improving this situation. So we have to keep investing. So we do.
Yeah.
Big up, Dara. Really appreciate the support, my man. Really appreciate the support. You OG, my man. Shane O'Neill, another OG. What a legend. Jack, he says, is it the watershed yet? We're being pulled around the place more than my junk when I have the house to myself for the weekend.
That's actually a great way to describe it, though. That is a great way to describe it.
Boy.
Oh, beautiful from Lucas. Beautiful. Oh, it's just got to be better that we have time and space.
Come on, attack him. He doesn't want it. Let's go. Chase him. It's back pass. Can't pick it up.
Shane's spot on, though, Dave. That's exactly kind of actually how it feels, to be honest. It's a great way to describe just being pulled around everywhere, actually, by kind of the way that Chelsea hold possession. It just seems like everybody's out of position. Everybody's kind of doesn't really know who to mark. It seems like they just are, like I said, it feels like a training ground kind of expedition for Chelsea, the way they're passing it around. It's like they know they have 3 or 4 options. It's like they're seeing, to a degree, 3 moves ahead on some of their build-up than we are, and that's kind of the issue. And it does feel like we're being pulled around everywhere. I completely agree. That's why it does feel very sketchy at this moment, despite us really hurting ourselves, with that kind of goal. I mean, it just feels like we're just being pulled around everywhere. Just like you said, Shane, spot on, my man.
That's hilarious. That is actually quality comment. I like that. That's funny. Big old Shane. And Jerome, great ball from Kane, but trash to that. Doherty can't even control that ball. Useless. No, shocking. I mean, just get it under control, right foot, ping one or play someone in. And, I mean, honestly, I'd be great by the time that guy shoots. I mean, he had all the time against Southampton in the world to shoot, and he failed to pull the trigger. Actually, no, he did when the keeper was right in front of him. So, look, we just need to waken it up. We need to quicken it up. We need to be better on possession. We need to have more desire going into challenges. And we need to believe. It looks like we don't believe at the minute. We're passing it, but with not with really any intent either. It's kind of just ping it here. Hopefully we can get an attack off that. Pass it there. Hopefully we can build something. Do it with purpose, desire. Get at them. Do it like you believe you're dangerous,
Mm.
Well done. Oh, Hugo, you could probably caught that bit of criticism there from Hugo, but you could have caught that. And we just ping it straight back to them. You know what I mean? Here you go again. Let's just let you build another attack. Jesus Christ.
It's not even under great. We're not even under a lot of pressure as well sometimes, Dave. That's the other issue, is that we kind of acting like we are, but comparison to the Liverpool game, I mean, it's really like we're I don't know, Dave. It's like we're kind of just willing and happy to give it away right away.
Shocking. So,
Jerome saying great ball from But Trash Doherty can't even control that ball. Useless. I mean, this is the issue is that he has to control it with his right foot, though, because he doesn't have a left foot. That's the other thing is that he refuses to use his left foot, Dave, as if he thinks he's Messi or something like that, where he refuses to learn how to use his opposite foot. So if he actually tried to control that with the inside of his left, he probably could have then even taken it onto his right, but he has to control it with his right. So I don't know, Dave. It's just Doherty is just useless out there.
I don't know. I think Conte might have to change something at halftime here, to be honest with you.
I think he
Unless
has
we
to
can
go
sneak,
3-5-2.
one. Yeah, I agree. Well, I think we have to put another body in midfield, get Kane and Son to split the defenders. Son responsible for chasing it down one side, Kane the other, make them start going long. You know what I mean? Match them up in midfield. Don't give them little pockets to play into like you see here.
Mhm.
And it's a good play by Chelsea. Havertz pinging it ready on the edge of the box again. CH with a ball towards the back post. Well defended. Well done, Doherty. Good defending. If you didn't get that, they would have had a free shot on goal. But we really do need to show a bit more fight, passion, and desire. We need to wake up a little bit. This is too slow, too sloppy. I mean, even when the ball's going up front towards Kane, Lucas, and Son, it's like a ping pong. Their touches are heavy. You know, they need to start. They need to take it in, hold up the ball, and get us up the field as well. But again, it doesn't help when our centre backs are just ballooning the ball straight back to Chelsea and panicking as well. I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm watching reruns of World War II at times. I mean, it's again football. It's simple, you know. Especially at the top level, it's about being able to do things under pressure. So start doing it. I mean,
Well
everyone's a
done,
great
Lucas.
footballer, bro. It's what you do when you're under pressure, playing against good opponents week in, week out. So just start doing it. Oh, honestly, it's like a training session for Chelsea. Really is. Romelu Lukaku, fewest touches but 4. He has less touches than Hugo Lloris. Big lump. And then 4 touches, we run the ball out of play.
I would say though that's the opposite with Havertz and Mount. Havertz and Mount are just doing whatever they want. It feels like at times. Well done by Tanganga there,
Well
but
done, Tanganga. Swinging elbow, why not? Just turn it into a brawl. More exciting than the football we're playing.
Tottenham teachers in the building, Dave. He's kind of bringing a point about Dyer. Do we kind of realize we're really missing maybe that, that pass or, that, maybe to a degree, even just vision that Dyer has. And Dyer does have a bit more calmness and composure when he does receive the ball, even though we do feel like he takes his time. Certainly would have more composure probably with the ball.
I mean, I get it, but look what he done against West Ham.
That's fair. That's fair as well. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord. Who is that? Is that Sanchez again? It is. Is it? Or is that Tanganga? Whoever it was, that was absolutely shocking defending. Who is it? Let me see. That's Tanganga. 25. Oh my God. He doesn't even know what a man is. He doesn't even know where he is. He's completely lost him. He may as well be spending the night in Disneyland. He just doesn't even know where he is. He's ball watching. Complete ball watching. You can't be doing that at this level. Spinning around more than a compass towards a magnet. It's ridiculous. Let's just clear this. Let's do something responsible. Let's act like adults for 5 minutes, please. Alonso with another deep ball back in. They're going to score here eventually. If we just keep letting them put balls in there, law of averages, they're going to score eventually. Again, another good ball in. Hugo Lloris, well done, Hugo. Came out with 6-yard box to claim that. Let's calm it down. Let's get on the ball. Let's keep a bit of possession here.
Yeah, please Jesus, just have a bit of possession, just a spell of it. That's what it feels like, Dave. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's like they're kind of just choking us completely, where we just seem like we can't even. Yeah, they're really not. They're haven't even. They're not even. Doesn't feel like they're in first gear, really, Dave.
They haven't even got going, lad. Have not even got going.
Doherty gives it away there. Ball
but Jack, they don't even need to get out of first gear. Chelsea do not need to get out of first gear. The onus is on us now. They don't have to get out of first gear whatsoever. They're already 1-0 up. It's up to us to take the game to them. It's up to us to make them work for it now.
Paul Markey is saying their extra man in midfield is killing us.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. And it is. But it doesn't help that we have a numbnuts here. Look at that. Wins the slide tackle. Oh, my. That's just embarrassing. I mean, if I seen that on an under-9s, I'd tell him he's dropped. That's embarrassing defending. And, this is what I'm saying. People got their back up last week. What are you going to say about Sanchez now? Well, Jack, I did tell you what my answer was at the time. Come back to me next week. Well, here we are. What are they going to say about Sanchez now? I mean, this was my thing. Let's not get over pumped up because he scored the winner. He scored the winner, great. But I knew this was going to come today. Oh, my Lord.
God.
Oh, that is
Oh,
the worst
my
defender I've
God.
ever seen. Sanchez, Dyer, and Davies, or Tanganga and Davies. That is the worst defender I've ever seen between the three of them.
What is happening,
absolutely
boys?
shocking. Sanchez, all three of them, all standing there ball watching. Then Tanganga heads it off Ben Davies into the back of the net.
Oh, my God.
This is just embarrassing. Well, what are you shaking your head for? Just fucking do better. Just do better. It's stupid. I said it 2 minutes ago. You can see the goal was coming because we're just letting them put balls into the box. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. This is shocking. Ben Davies goes to win it. Sanchez leaves it for Tanganga. Tanganga then heads it straight off Ben Davies, and it's 2-0 Chelsea.
Ben Davies left it for Tanganga. It felt like Ben Davies even had it, actually. He had actually the clear. He kind of just let it go by. I mean, I don't know. It's just Tanganga has been shocking, but that seems to
How can you capitulate? You're just capitulating. Jesus.
I don't really care as well how well Chelsea have played, Dave. I mean, these are just 2 goals where we're just shooting ourselves, Dave. Like, that's the other problem, is that it's not like they've really just scored a goal on their own, kind of skill or merit or, just talent. We've just actually let in 2 goals off of our own mistakes, off of our own sort of just, I don't know, capitulation, Dave. So that's the other problem.
Oh, my God. Who was that? Højbjerg, for fuck's sake, find your bollocks and control the ball and play. Just kicking it straight back to them. There you are. Have it again. 20 crosses either side. Eventually, you go 3-0 up. You cannot keep letting them take possession and just putting it across the box like that. They will score 3. They will score 4. Put a bit of fucking pressure on them now. You've nothing to lose. Fuck me. 2-0 down and both off our own mistakes, Jack. Chelsea haven't even played well. They've kept possession, but they haven't even played well.
That's what I mean.
They know what our defense. Just keep putting it in the box. Eventually, you've put them under enough pressure. It's back to what we were doing under Jose. Sit back, put the ball into the box. Eventually, our defense will crumble because they switch off. Fuck me. 2-0.
But these
minutes. Sorry, Jack. Sorry.
No, I was saying, but this is somebody said in the comments. These are kind of the players that we've already kind of willing to give second chances to. And I don't know. It's just when they come up against the real opposition, Dave, we know what they're capable of, and it certainly is this. And that's what I mean, Dave. It's like I don't really care, how much possession or how many how dangerous Chelsea looks. These are just 2 times, Dave, when we're just shooting ourselves in the foot. So it really is just I don't know. It's like, why even play if it's going to be this way, Dave, where it's just you're going to shoot yourselves in the foot. It just gives you no sense of realism on what this team actually is, because I don't know, Dave. It's just you're coming up in the biggest games. These are the last times when you can have this sort of, I don't know, performance of just shooting yourself in the foot. Why don't we do this against other teams?
No.
It just seems like anytime it's a big moment for this team, they crack under the pressure, Dave.
Of course they do. Of course they do. We've seen it time and time and time again. And this is what I've been trying to warn people. I've even said it with Dyer and Davies, who have probably been the standout out amongst the ones that he has improved. They've hit their ceiling. You're still going to see mistakes. So let's not think we don't have to buy in them positions, because we do. What they have done is probably saved you a bit of money in terms of having to buy for that position and buy a backup for that position. But we still need to keep improving. We can't keep taking our eyes off this. Look, Tanganga, 2 massive errors. Shit pass to Emerson, leads to their first goal. And then that one heading it off Ben Davies. But it's just been comical from all 3 of them so far. It's just been comical from all 3 of them. Tanganga has been the main culprit, but all 3 of them has been a comedy of errors.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And this is what I keep saying. You have Alex coming in when things are good. Dave. Where will he be today? Where will he be today? And this is what I'm sick of. People coming in, running their mouth when things are going well. But when they make the mistakes, they're nowhere to be seen. And they're all willing to come on and have a go at me, playing well. What are you going to say now? And I keep saying to them every time, come back to me when the mistake happens. It's going to happen the next game. And there'll be nowhere to be seen. This is what I keep telling people. Just stop getting slapped in the face with the same fish. It's going to rot eventually. You know what I mean? Let's just move on from this. Let's stop being sentimental towards these guys. Yes, we want it to work out, but I mean, it's just not good enough. Look, I mean, Harry Kane isn't even exempt from criticism. I mean, he's failed to hold up the ball. Sonny, I mean, he's lost every single battle he's been involved in. Lucas can't get his first touch right today. I mean, it's the whole team. Højbjerg, I've seen him a couple of times kick ball back. Yeah. Skip, it looks a bit off his usual self. The whole team has been shit.
Here we go, Sonny.
Sit him down. That's it. Show him where the weight room is. Emerson, please, good ball in.
Back post.
Back post party. I suppose he's not Stretch Armstrong, but that's a corner kick to Tottenham. What are you doing, Kepa? Fuck off. Idiot.
Just, I don't even know if he overplayed Doherty there. I think Doherty was just caught off balance a bit here. I mean, yeah, that's not too far away from him when you really look at it.
I mean, have you got later? Stressed out here. Need a cigarette.
Throw in here by Emerson. Skippy here finding Ben Davies. Ben Davies needs to drive here. Sonny's got a show for it. Plays it out wide to Doherty. Højbjerg plays it long to Tanganga.
After this attack, Jacko, we have a couple of super chats we need to get to.
Yep.
Come on, Sonny, let's start something. Oh, sorry, Jack. Go on.
Jerome here saying, for fuck's sake, Doherty, get out of my club. Why is he on the pitch? I just don't know. I'm a bit concerned as to why maybe Doherty is playing, because that means something about Reguilón potentially, Jerome. Maybe Reguilón just, I don't know, big Rom.
Oh, Sanchez isn't even anywhere near him. He's not even anywhere near him. Free header in the box. I mean, I get it. Lukaku's a big, strong lad. It's hard to compete with him. But you have to be beside him and jumping with him. He's nowhere near him. Look at him, Jack. He's ball watching. He doesn't even know where Lukaku is. Look at him there. He's not even aware that Lukaku is behind him. He's just looking at the ball. Look at him. And then he's going to act surprised. Where did Ron come from? I mean, he's not fucking Superman. He's right behind you. Open your eyes.
I mean, Hugo looked like he was rolling his eyes at Sanchez there at the end as well. But Jerome, I have no idea with Doherty. I'm a bit concerned. Just means that Reggie is not fit or something in that regard. I just don't know. But seriously, it's just, I don't know. He's just useless. Even that ball by Emerson, that back post ball, just didn't even look like it was too far away from, Doherty, and he seemed off balance when, trying to receive it as well. He probably could have nodded that home if he was a bit more active. I don't know, Jerome. Like I said, maybe before on the preview, you're welcome. I guess Steve Hitchen, would probably be saying to you, but big yourself up, Jerome. I think we have Moondog here saying it's been a comedy of errors. Or Jerome saying, Chelsea, we don't even have to score. We are scoring for them. I completely agree in that regard. I mean, Dave, this is the thing. It's just regardless of how well Chelsea have been playing, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot here.
Look, we've gifted them their 2 goals, Jack. We have literally gifted them their 2 goals. And we're going to gift them a third and a fourth if we don't start switching on. I mean, now we're starting to play a little when we're 2 down. Where was that desire and that hunger from the first minute? If you think you can come to Stamford Bridge and not be willing to get up for the fight, exactly what Skippy done there. If he skills you, take him down. Brilliant. Love it. But if you think you can come to Stamford Bridge and not be up for the fight, Jack, from minute 1 and earn the right to play, you're sadly mistaken. And we turned up here expecting we'd be able to sit in, take the ball off them and play. And they just haven't let us. And we've had no fight. He's right. We've given them 2 goals. Tanganga is the culprit of 2 of them. But the defending all across the board has been absolutely shocking.
Yeah, it's not been a good one, Jerome. It just hasn't. But big yourself up, my man. And seriously, it just, I don't know. It's the worst kind of way to lose, Jerome. It's the worst kind of way to lose. You'd rather them just honestly just score something like a 30-yard screamer or something against us. This is probably the worst way to lose, just when you feel like you're just, you're hurting yourself. But Moondog saying it's a comedy of errors. It's been a comedic performance from Sanchez and Tanganga. I would say Tanganga is really, I don't know, Dave. He's really lost. He's lost a lot of points with me. for this one. I mean,
He's not the same player, Jack, that came in against Liverpool and had 1 or 2 good cameo appearances. He's not.
yeah,
But look, it shows our strength in depth back there, really, doesn't it? You know, Romero's injured, Dyer's out. We've got Tanganga Roden. I mean, pick which bullet you want to kill yourself with.
yeah. Moondog, big yourself up though, my man. Biggest mistake of the night was playing Tanganga. I guess so, but I mean, we would not have all said that, I guess. You know, we all had, you know, kind of a bit of belief that Tanganga would be the best kind of one suited for this back three. And I guess we're learning something here, Paul. I think we're learning something here. I think a lot of us would have said that Tanganga would have been the right choice, but you know, now we know with a bit of hindsight, maybe not. And you know, it's sad though, because I only really wanted the best for Sanchez, and this is really just a comedy of errors from him.
I think we'll have to end up next summer looking at loaning Tanganga out to get more games under his belt, a bit more experience.
I agree. Lightwork saying, when's Romero coming back from his injury and no attack?
Reckon January, end of January, early February. I reckon we'll see him back, to be honest with you. I don't see it before then. I mean, I just don't, unless he can pull a miracle out of the bag, because the injury he got was a pretty bad one. I don't think he'll be match fit to maybe the end of January, but as soon as he is fit, I mean, please just put him back in there. At least he'll throw in challenges. We haven't even seen our defenders putting any challenges, Jack. They're just backing off. At least Romero won't let that happen. You're going challenge.
Yeah. I mean, I've yet to actually see our center backs make a tackle, Dave. You're actually right. You've yet to see our center backs even make a tackle, really. Rootin', shooting, tootin', Putin is saying I need a cigarette too, David. Might as well, honestly, just probably put the game on the mobile and just walk outside. That's how I would say Rootin'. But big yourself up, my man.
Big up, Rootin'. Rootin', tootin', shooting, Putin. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I hope you had a good Christmas, and I hope this year is good to you, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, Conte just looks like he's just in disarray.
Of course he would be. You not think he's let down just as much as us, Jack?
No. Well, probably this is just him, you know, kind of realizing again, Dave, you know, he had the same face against Mura. He had this exact same face against Mura where he just didn't know what he was probably looking at in front of him.
Yeah. And it looks like, did I see Teeny Weeny on the bench? It looks like Tuchel was giving him instructions. I wonder will you see him come on for Romelu Lukaku at half time. But look, this has been a shocking first half. First half is over. Tottenham are 2-0 down. It's been absolutely woeful, absolutely shocking. Oh, it's not over. Lucas Moore with a ball in behind, but who's up supporting him? Give it into Emerson, Lucas. He's just running into an alley. He's just ran into an alley. The pass was inside all day, and he's run into an alley, and now it's halftime after he decides he wants to run down a dead end. This is shocking half. Absolutely shocking. It's been reactive. None of it's been proactive. We haven't gone at them. No fight. Our defenders are yet to make one single challenge. It's just way too easy. Way too easy. Tanganga has seriously let me down this half, Jack. Yeah. He has been absolutely piss poor. And again, I'm going to keep bringing it up, but I've said this time and time again. Throughout games, you see our defenders taking things to walking pace. And this is the result of it. That first goal was a result of it. Sanchez, we won a free kick. Son wins a free kick to alleviate the pressure. We balloon it straight back to them, let them build the attack. Then Højbjerg comes back, wins it back. He gives it back to Sanchez. Sanchez, not enough pace on the pass to Tanganga. Tanganga left Emerson way short. But again, was Emerson ready to receive the pass? Probably not. Was he on his toes? Probably not. He was caught flat-footed. Yeah. And then we let them have that goal. And then the second goal, Tanganga. Davies leaves it. You know, he looks like he's going for it, but leaves it. Sanchez standing there ball watching. Tanganga then heads it off Davies. It's 2-0 Chelsea. Absolutely shocking. Midfield skipping Højbjerg. Højbjerg at times has been very sloppy on the ball today. Yep. At one stage, I watched him try and switch play and just balloon it straight back to Chelsea when the switch of play wasn't really on. Skip is trying in there, God love him. Lucas Moura, the ball's just bouncing off him. First touch of shit. Sonny has lost nearly every single one of his battles and will not try and fight to win the ball. And Harry Kane, again, the ball's bouncing off him. Nothing sticking up top. It's been poor from fucking 1 to 11. And it's not good enough. This is Chelsea. This is a Carabao Cup semi-final. Are we not sick of being losers? We've lost the Carabao Cup final. How many Carabao Cup semi-finals? How many FA Cup semi-finals? We lost another Carabao Cup final. We've lost one against Chelsea, one against City. Champions League final. 2 or 3 league run-ins. Now we're in the semi-finals again and we're capitulating. I am fucking sick of being losers. I am sick of it. Show some bollocks. Jesus Christ, you get paid 100, 200 grand a week. Show some fight. You're going into the Lions' Den. They hate us. They've invented this rivalry. They invented it. You know, the Battle of the Bridge. I mean, Jesus Christ, can you not use that to summon and muster some bollocks and get out there? And instead of moaning that it's just not your day, make it your day. Make it your day. Especially when you go away from home. You have to make things happen. Get out there the second half and fucking put it right.
William Kelly saying limitations of the squad has now been shown.
Yeah. Jack, look, I know I keep speaking. I'm absolutely fuming right now. And
go off.
I just want to say it. Look, I've said it time and time again when it comes to some of these players. Yes, they're performing well, but realistically, I've said when you've looked at it, you're actually praising them for doing their job. But when they're doing it, like, then, so they've come in and they're starting to do the job. Next question is, can they do it on a consistent basis? No, they cannot. No, they cannot. One game, very good, excellent. Next game, absolute capitulate and gift the game to the opposition. Gift it to them. Honestly, Jack, I thought Christmas has ended. We literally gave them 2 parcels wrapped in bows and sent with a bouquet of flowers with them. It's shocking. It's shocking. That's all I can say. It's piss poor. What they have done is they've probably saved us money in terms of having to get in a player to play in that position and an adequate backup, because we've seen that they can come in and have good games. But the problem is consistency. So we still need to invest over the next couple of windows. It's not even going to get done in January, but over the next couple of windows, you still need to invest to improve on that position and provide them with proper competition.
It just seems as well, William Kelly, some of these players as well, like we all kind of went into this thinking they'd be good enough maybe for kind of to put in kind of a performance. We didn't expect them, to be, like David is saying, to be kind of, playing well for the entirety of the season. We knew they would have hiccups, but the fact that it's just come the moment that they're challenged just a little bit with a big team away from home, you would think that, like David has said, some of these players would at least have a bit of graft, would at least find it within themselves to be able to actually put in some sort of effort or performance. And I don't know, it's just showing again. I think I'm going to ask David later. I think there is something maybe wrong with certain players who've been at this club so long, where they when they come up against Chelsea, they've played them so many times that they just don't have that, I don't know, David, that freedom or that kind of, I don't know, kind of just willingness just to kind of just maybe just take a stand for once. It seems like they just kind of bend over because they've had this result so many times against Chelsea, when you think about it, if you ask me, which is why sometimes, in my belief, maybe you bring in new players that maybe don't need to be from the Premier League, players that just don't need to respect Chelsea, just don't need to think in the way that some of these players.
It's the only way of changing the outcome we've seen. With the squad we have, these games, we keep getting turned over. And I don't know whether it's they go into it with disbelief. They're just waiting for what we've seen, the inevitable, to happen again. But the only way to change that is by bringing in fresh blood. Keep bringing it in. Look, we were never ever going to do it last summer. We're not going to do it all in January either. This is going to need another at least 2 windows, if not 3, to fix this squad properly and really go and take this to teams. But like you said, Jack, the only way of changing it is by bringing in the players to be able to do it. That's it.
To be honest, I know no one has played well today, but like you do kind of look at some of the players that have at least put in some graft or effort are players that are really new to the squad. Players that, kind of don't have the respect for Chelsea, like a Skippy, what we've seen. To be honest, I don't think Emerson has done anything, but at least it seems like he's putting in more effort than the opposition wingback, Doherty, who just seems to be bending over for this one, as well as, to a degree, I hate to say it, Højbjerg seems completely rattled for this one as well. There are players that I just feel like have been around, Dave, and we've said this before, the bad vibe in the dressing room, kind of the losing mentality of the dressing room. There are players that have been around it potentially a bit too long. That's all I would say. But Paul Markey saying, David, Chelsea are a yard a man faster. And this goes back to Shane O'Neill's comment, Paul. It just feels like we're just being pulled around and dragged around and just basically just being told where to move, being told where to go. We just feel, honestly, it looks like training cones. It looks like mannequins. They're just being pulled around all over the field.
But you know what, Jacko? I mean, we've lost every single second ball. Every breaking ball we've lost. They've turned over. They've won it back quickly. They're back in possession. Even when we do win back possession, ask ourselves, are our players doing enough, like Chelsea players, to put themselves in a position to create that 5-yard, 10-yard pass to be able to keep possession? No, we're not. We're static off the ball as well. Even when we do turn it over, we're just looking to ping it. No one wants to get on the ball. No one wants to run, go through the hard yards, create them options to be able to get the ball and pass it like Chelsea are doing. Players are dropping in, dropping out, creating options. We're not doing it. So when we do turn the ball over, we're giving it back to them. And why we're 2-0 down is because we keep doing it. They're getting the ball, getting it down the sides, putting the ball in the box. Every single opportunity they get. Law of averages, they're going to take one. In fact, they've got two. It doesn't help that our defending was shit. But, I mean, we can't keep doing it. And then when we do get the ball back, players have to be bursting their bollocks to get into positions to receive it. But then we also need to start competing for these second balls. If you're going to pump one to Harry Kane up in the air, you have to expect that that ball is going to break. He's going to have a battle to win it. Son, Lucas, get in and around him. Either Højbjerg or Skip, push up. Try and turn that breaking ball over. Get on the ball. We're not doing any of it. We're just sitting back and letting them do what they want with us. May as well just bend over and just let what happens at them, because that's what they've done the first half.
Jordan Stevenson, big up yourself, Paul. Big yourself up. A great comment. Jordan Stevenson, we just turned up to watch Chelsea run rings around us, David. Wouldn't be surprised if they paid for tickets as well. Shambolic defending, crumble at the bridge. It sounds like you should honestly be a journalist with those lines, Jordan Stevens, honestly, with that one, actually. But I don't know. It just feels like the same thing that we've been touching on, Jordan, just being pulled around, just being told where to go, just practically, like I said, just playing like lifeless mannequins, just being positioned all around the pitch for Chelsea basically to work on their attacking play, to work on their passing patterns. It just feels like we're just pedestrians for this one, Jordan. But Dave, I mean, feels like, they're honestly just here to just watch Chelsea just pass around them. It seems like they're enjoying it.
No, it's I mean, honestly, get the ticket for the view. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. We haven't laid a glove on them in any way, shape, or form, going forward defensively, competing for the ball. Even match their mentality, they're willing to run. We haven't matched them in anything, nothing whatsoever.
By the looks of it, I'm seeing this is kind of scary. I am seeing a Tanguy and Ndombele warming up, and as we know, he doesn't like warming up. I must say, he looks like he's a bit cold out there. But Henry Draper, he put in I think he wanted to say this earlier, and he put in a second one. So big yourself up, Henry, actually. Big yourself up, my man. He says Rodon should have started. By the looks of how Tanganga has played so far, I think it's only hindsight. But yeah, Dave, I mean, what are your thoughts on this? Because originally, I backed Tanganga to be able to do this originally.
Yeah, I just want to say quickly, Marcelo, I sent you a link there on Twitter, my man, if you want to come on and join us. I know I see you're home there. Look, when it comes to Rodon, I mean, Brains McLeod, who was on the pre-match build-up, he did say it. He advocated for Rodon. I mean, for me, I can get where he was coming from. And in hindsight now, you would say yes. But at the time, I mean, I went with Tanganga just purely because every manager has seemed to favour Tanganga as well. And I do see glimpses of a player in Tanganga, but I don't know. I just think maybe Tanganga, since he's got that new contract, maybe his hunger is maybe gone. That desire to improve, maybe getting the first team. I mean, he's been given an opportunity, no bigger opportunity to do it than today, and he's completely folded. Would I be looking at maybe bringing on Rodon at half time? I probably would be, to be honest with you, Jack. I mean, you can't keep letting Tanganga make them mistakes. So could you bring on Rodon at half time? Maybe, yes. In hindsight, of course, maybe Rodon should have started. But look, at the time, I didn't shut Brains down. I listened to his point. I took it on board. I just prefer Tanganga. But look, maybe in hindsight, we should have listened to Brains. But
yeah, I think it's only the benefit of hindsight to me personally, because I feel like Tanganga, we've all said before, he seems perfect for the back three, and he has struggled. He has struggled today. Not to say, though, that Sanchez hasn't been, I would say. I mean, we can't have Sanchez play in that center back role that Eric Dyer is as well. He's also just being atrocious there. Darren Herring saying, Dave, I said it would be a long half. That felt like 90 minutes. Nothing to polish in that turd, let alone a peanut to find. And just quickly, I felt the same way, Darren. It felt like, I felt that, Dave, at one point, I think I said that as well. I was just like, 10 minutes have gone by and I feel like I've watched 40 minutes of football, or, because it felt like, it feels like we're being put through the ringer. Like we're just, I feel like more time has actually passed than really it has. So I don't know. I feel the same way, Darren. It just felt like 90 minutes have passed and it's only been one half. And, we still have more to see, which is just, I don't know. It's just scary.
No, look, as soon as the first goal went in, I could see what was going to happen. I could see it unfolding before my eyes, purely because when we do get these big chances, whether it be jump into the top four, aka last season, cup semi-finals, finals, and everything else, we just don't have that extra in us. We don't relish the occasions. We actually get nervous before the occasions. We don't relish them. I mean, when I was playing for my local side, I mean, every cup game or every game against the rival, I used to wake up with a raging heart on, a sick smile on my face. I couldn't wait to get out there and fucking jewel it out. With our players, it looks like they're coming in nervous already, kind of waiting for that mistake to happen, for things to crumble. And it's the wrong attitude to have. And we can't keep seeing it, because it just hurts. Yeah. At the end of the day, it just hurts. I mean, look, we've got 45 minutes. 45 minutes to save this Carabao Cup tie. Go and get one and take it to the home game. You know what I mean? But just, my God, at least go and compete this half. Do not crumble and do not accept the 2-0. Do not accept it. That would hurt. Get out there, get at them, try and nick one, and let's bring it back to White Hart Lane.
Let's bring it back 2-1 at least. I mean, that doesn't seem too hard to ask as well, Dave. I mean, all we have to do, I guess, is just not shoot ourselves in the foot again, and maybe we can call ourselves back into this game. Because seriously, again, I don't really care how much they have put us through the ringer this one, Chelsea. The 2 goals that they watched go in the back of our net were just absolutely just self-done, absolutely done by ourselves. So if we can just take that out of our game, maybe we actually have something to play for here. But big yourself up, Darren. I couldn't agree more. Dave Raybold saying Conte looked as if he wanted to resign at halftime, David.
I mean, look, this is a guy that has said in numerous press conferences since the January transfer windows opened, this squad, he can only get it so far. He needs help in the window. Now, what did alarm me is that at times he said, well, we haven't even had this conversation yet. I'm waiting to have the conversation. I mean, for me, I thought that planning would have been done in December. You go after your targets. I don't know what's going on at the minute, but I mean, look, this is a guy that will walk. I mean, the reason why he ended up getting sacked from Chelsea because he had fallen out with them over transfers. Yeah. He will walk from this club. He doesn't have to do it here. Like, we're not doing him a favor by giving him a job, a bit like Jose Mourinho. He's doing us a favor by coming in when we were at fucking our wit's end. He's doing us the favor. I mean, look, at some stage you're going to have to bring in a manager and give him what he wants. I don't blame him looking a frustrated figure. I mean, Doherty's wanting chances. Tanganga's wanting chances. He's giving Sanchez chances. They let him down. They're letting him down, you know? You look at the players that you look at him to go and be the match winners, Son, Kane, and Lucas. They've been poor. Can't get a hold of the ball, can't make it stick. I don't blame him for looking at the disheveled figure at halftime. I really don't. I mean, I'd be scratching my head if I was the manager walking in, like, what do I say? What do I do? The only thing I would probably do is maybe change the formation, bring in another midfielder and try and get on the ball that way. But apart from that, I mean, what do you do, Jack?
Yeah.
What can he do? He knows. Like, the thing is, I could sit there and give him a speech. You could get the Queen to come in and give him a speech. Yeah, I mean, you could get Conte's hitman to come in and give them a speech, or Conte can even give them a speech. Will these players respond? No.
I don't know,
you see it time and again in big occasions.
No, in big occasions, especially, it seems like they only are motivated for the smaller occasions when they get punched in the mouth. That's what it feels like, because then they just remind themselves they need to win this, or it feels like they've just gone into this feeling like they're going to lose. I don't know. Marcelo's in the building for this one. Carl Knight is saying the Chelsea pensioners would beat the Spurs team unless we do some serious investment in the squad and get rid of the draws. Nothing will change, Marcelo, unless we get players in to replace these ones.
Listen, if you call yourself a Spurs player, and I mean the whole team, everybody there, bro, no one there has any excuse. If you call yourself a Spurs player with that kind of performance, I don't know, man. I really just have to question whether you care about the club or whether you even want to play for the club anymore, because that's absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely embarrassing. 0 shots, bro. Not on target. Not on target. 0 shots. Are you even there to compete, bro? Are you even there to compete? What is the point of you showing up today, bro? What is the point? Like, are you getting even, if I am Conte, I am going up to Daniel Levy right now. I am saying, do not pay these players for this week. They did not do their job. They showed up and they did fuck all. I can play there. I can play that match. And I probably would have had more effectiveness. I'm not even kidding, bro. I'm shit at football. But I could be more effective that game, bro. Who's playing? Who's taking the game by the scuff of the neck? Every time we play against this team, bro. Every time we do this. Bottle jobs. assholes. That's what they are. They're assholes. Ruin every time. And what do we say, David, season after season? What do we say? Every time we get a new manager, some of these players, the same players that are causing us to lose this game, what do we say? What do we say? They play a few games, our fan base, you know, that the Harry Wink stands start coming out. Ben Davies, Ben Davies, that left center back, we found his role. Woohoo! Let's get the testimonial, baby. Woo! Guess what happens? They play a couple good games, they get excited, then we tell them, careful what you wish for. Careful what you wish for. These guys do not change, bro. The managers change. But these guys, they always stay. And they always do the same thing.
There you are.
It's a joke, bro.
And like the thing is, you know, we can sit here and say, yeah, like, you know, from where we were, have we improved as a club? Yes. You can argue, yes, of course we have. I mean, there's plenty there to say we have. But, I mean, what does need to change is, and look, it was never going to be done in one window. Of course, we need a couple of windows. But, you know, you wonder, you ask yourself, why do you keep getting hurt in these semi-finals, finals? You know, you get pumped up. You're always going into it. Today will be our day. Surely we've took enough pain. Today will be our day. I mean, the only thing that's going to change this is by getting in better personnel. I'm sorry, but I keep saying it with these guys. They will cost you. They will make mistakes.
David, but how long is the rebuild going to take, bro? Because this has been going on for like 3 seasons. That's 6 windows. And it doesn't look like we've improved.
It goes down to Daniel Levy backing a manager, Marcelo. Picking a manager actually going to invest in properly.
Listen, Conte is not at fault for this. I'm not saying the manager. I'm just saying about this board. This board. When is it going to improve, bro? Because it's been 6 windows. 6 windows. Surely. And we have looked worse every season. We have looked worse. We have not gotten better. We have gotten worse, bro. When are these guys
denominator, Marcelo? Common denominator, Levy has to realize he can't just continue to get a different manager every time, no matter how pretty or beautiful the manager. It's the same players every time.
Look at Ben Davies with the second ball, so poor in quality. The guy has a poor first touch. What does he do? He just kicks it to the side, gives Chelsea back the ball. I mean, fuck sakes, man. And then they're like, you know, people think that's good, man. Like, zero composure. I'm so mad, man. I've never been.
We have a throw in there, deep in their half. We decide we'll go backwards with it, pass it all the way back to Hugo Lloris and make him pump it down. Keep the possession in that half. Why are we getting it throw in deep in their half? Going all the way back for Lloris, just for him to fucking pump it back up into their half to try and play up there. You're already up there. Start playing.
I mean, into Tanganga, bro. I mean, look, I don't want to go too much on Tanganga, but like I have to, bro. That's embarrassing.
It's heartbreaking.
That's embarrassing, bro. I'm sorry. I don't care how young you are. That is a 5-yard pass, bro.
He was rattled.
Oh, play him, Sonny. Oh, be aware. Play Doherty in.
But what's the point of playing Doherty in? What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point, bro? This is the problem. He played Doherty in. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't even know what to do with his own feet. You know, that's the issue, bro.
What time are you on, Dave?
I'm on 38.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. It's just, I mean, look at that. Just so poor in the mid, man. It's just, I mean, man, it's just, I'm so pissed off with today. You know, listen.
We need to salvage this. We have to salvage something from this. No.
Yeah.
Saying this is a collective. One player will not change this, Marcelo. I mean, this is what I was saying to David earlier, Marcelo. It just feels like we have so many players that have experienced this result so many times that they just go into it with that attitude that it just can't be done. I feel like what we actually need is just players that are a bit naive, players who haven't played this sort of fixture before, players that, you know, have a fresh kind of look at it and just won't just shoot themselves in the foot or be so rattled in the way that some of those players that have been here forever have been.
The thing is, right?
This isn't even the best. I'm sorry, David. I was going to say this isn't even the best Chelsea squad we played. We have beaten far better Chelsea squads than this one. We have faced far better Chelsea squads and gotten results than this one. You know, it's like you said, play with a little bit of naivety. Believe in yourself. Believe in the ball. It's no self-belief, no self-composure, no heart, no passion, no attitude, small, weak bottle, giving up, no fight for the second ball. It's embarrassing, bro. If I was Conte in that second half, I would say, you know what? You're a joke, and just leave. Just leave.
The thing is, like, we're in a situation now, and it has to be decided at board level. You either go all in or you never will. Because you look at the spine of our team. Hugo Lloris there, hopefully you can tie him down for another 1 or 2 years. But he wanted to leave before we got Conte. You look at Kane, up front. He wanted to leave before we got Conte. Okay? You look in the midfield. Skip and Højbjerg, very similar players. Centre-backs. We could do better. Dyer has stepped up, but he will concentrate. Sanchez has stepped up, but he does make mistakes. Oh.
Jesus, Sanchez, speak of the devil as well. Sanchez is just literally just watching the game go by with goggles on.
Yeah. And my point is that the spine of the team, like defense, midfield, we need to improve. I mean, when we get in a proper ball playing midfielder who can get on the ball and is comfortable playing with the ball, you will see the true value of Højbjerg. You will see the true value of Skippy, in my opinion. But the thing is, we are signing players, but we're not signing better than what we have. And this is my issue, okay? Then you do sign players, but then you sack a manager, you back the players, and you bring in another manager. You can't keep doing that either. Right now under Conte, they're going to have to stick with it and back them. Otherwise, things will never change, especially if you're not. Like, I can understand them keep doing it, and keep blaming the manager, saying the manager should be getting better. Manager should be getting better. But at the same time, a manager needs tools to work with. I mean, how do you expect us to go and be able to compete on the level that we us fans want to be competing in? That the level that Daniel Levy promised us we'd be competing at. If you're not buying players that are better than what you have, once you have a full squad, like the whole, what we need to be doing right now is every transfer we make, we need to be buying in that position better than what we have. That's what we need to be doing. We don't do it.
David,
we're taking sideways steps. You look at Kyle Walker, and I keep using this reference. We sold him for 50 million. Trey Trippier, Emerson, Doherty, Aurier. Why not spend that 50 million and just go and get that quality right back? And then you're not wasting money on keep throwing it at that position, hoping something sticks. Yeah. I mean, just buy right the first time. Get in the quality players, and then you will have a squad to compete. But if your ambition is, we have Aurier, but let's go and sign Doherty to compete with him. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, no wonder I was sitting here 2-0 down in the Carabao Cup semi-final. I went to fucking Chelsea.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, David. You're absolutely right. And you know what? It's also another thing, people kept picking up the squad. And, you and I, we said, yeah, some players improved. We do look better. Conte has gotten us playing better. We do look more organized. But, people saying, Winks is back. Davies is back. These guys are back. God, first off, they were never here. They can't be back. But look at Pochettino's squad. Would Davies get into Pochettino's first 11 over prime Danny Rose?
And he never did.
He never did.
He came in on a rotation.
Yep.
No.
Would even Dyer, who's been our best center back this season, would he get into over?
Well, even take the back three. Vertonghen would play that left side center back role. I mean, he wouldn't. Ben Davies wouldn't stand even when you put a finger to him.
Yeah. Okay, and so then Dyer wouldn't start. Sanchez wouldn't start. And then you look at the midfield, and look, I love Højbjerg. I love the shift that he put, but he wouldn't start over Victor Wanyama or Dembele.
Yeah.
The only player that would start in Pochettino's first 11 is the only player that are still here, and that is Kane and Son. Simple as that.
Yeah. And Lloris, of course.
And Lloris, but, yes.
The thing is, we replaced Jan Vertonghen. We replaced Jan Vertonghen with Joe fucking Roden.
Yeah.
How?
It's a joke.
Instantly, there's going to be a drop-off in quality. There's going to be more mistakes, and you're going to get less points than you did last season when you're replacing Jan Vertonghen with Joe Roden. You have to expect that. And then don't be surprised when it happens.
It's a joke, Dave.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I always try to find the best in every single player, but I'm just Just sick of being let down week in, week out. I'm sick of it.
David,
Had enough.
it took us, I would say, the only defender that looks like it could replace Jan and Toby, and I'm not even saying he could reach that level, is Romero. That's about it. He's the only one there with the ball playing ability. Look at this. I mean, it's just the composure of a fucking cow, man. Holy shit.
But the thing is, with Romero, the reason why I like him, Marcelo, is because he's proactive. He would be proactive about going and winning the ball back.
I mean, Højbjerg,
our centre backs are barely putting a challenge.
This is a
joke, that's the
man.
crazy thing actually as well. That is kind of the crazy thing with how much Chelsea have dominated the ball. It feels like our center backs have barely stepped up to even make a challenge. Oh, Tanganga, Tanganga is actually having a howler.
I would honestly just take out. How else to take out Højbjerg and Tanganga, bro? Højbjerg's been shit, bro.
Yeah, how do you get bullied by George? That's Sal.
Jesus Christ. He's gone down like a ballerina. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he got bullied by Sal there.
How do you get bullied by that guy? I mean, he looks like a...
How Sanchez letting him come across him at the near post like that even? Fuck me.
Of course, the one good game Sal has as well is, of course, it's against us. Of course, it's against us as well.
David, I mean, like, in every way, we have downgraded in every position.
Yeah.
In every position, we have downgraded. Jesus. We have not improved one position in this team. Not one.
No.
I mean, how do you do that as a board?
You look at some of the outlay we spent on some of these players. It's, I mean, we've been conned.
And you know what? Like, William, like, William McKenzie, you're saying, the chat is toxic. It's not toxic. It's not toxic. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. These guys do not belong.
No, I think it's going to go at West Ham fans or something like that. I think Marcelo. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. If that's the case, then I do apologize. But it's simply the truth. This squad is just shit. I mean, look at this. I mean, Tengai. It just like what like you probably do a highlight video.
We haven't even got 60 minutes. We haven't even got a fucking foothold in the game. There's no one willing to move off the ball to try and create space to keep possession. I'm not really seeing any fight. Yeah, we've got up there and a couple more times in the first half, but not really. No fight, man. Like, we're not believing in what we're doing. It's just passing it, trying to keep it off them. But there's no conviction, no belief.
David, you know what it seems like? This honestly feels like under 23s playing against.
Oh, Jesus.
What is he doing? What is he doing? He looks like I'm controlling him on Super fucking Mario. Fuck me. What is he doing? What is Ndombele doing? There's no one around you. Just take it down.
We should lose here 4 or 5-0, man.
Hopefully they don't.
We're lucky. We're lucky, bro. We're lucky to be 2-0 down. We're lucky to be 2-0 down.
Oh my God!
This has been Chelsea's easiest game this season. Easiest game this season. This has been Chelsea's easiest game.
No, they're just sleepwalking into this one, actually in the wrong way as well. Just sleepwalking past us. And Timo Werner somehow is able to beat him, man. That guy could barely dribble past anyone. This is just, I don't know. This is a cakewalk for them. This is a cakewalk for them. This is really sad. I mean, I don't know. Does this put top 4 in perspective for you, Marcelo? I mean, it's just, these are games that we're going to have to show up for. And this is the first example. This is our first trial run at it.
I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I'm scared now playing against fucking Arsenal, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is a North London. I mean, not North London. This is a London derby. A North London derby is 10 times intense as this. Are these fucking guys gonna show up for that? Can we even trust them to show up for that game, bro? Because top 4 is on the line. And when something's on the line, you know what happens. You know what happens with this team, bro. You know what happens with this team. Every time there is a little, even a smidge, bro. We had to share a trophy with fucking MK Dons this friendly season. Every time there's something on the line, these guys are fucking bottlers, bro. Oh my God. I have never met a more group of fucking players I disdain more than these.
I mean, they just break my heart. It just breaks our heart every single time. I mean, look, I'm probably partly to blame. I mean, I roll out of the bed, I expect something different. You know what I mean? Look, we just need to get in 1 or 2 players to help out this window. You need to get in another midfielder, probably get in another centre-back, and take it from there. Take it from there, especially to try and compete. We need to getting that player in the mold of a Jorginho and the mold of a Kovacic is absolutely
Conte looks like he's
crucial
about to cry, bro. I don't blame him. You can see the pain in
Who?
his eyes. Conte, he looks like he's about to cry, bro. He's
I mean,
feeling our
look,
pain right now.
This is a team he said he wanted them to get relegated after they sacked him. I mean, he hates Chelsea now. I mean, you know what I mean? And the players know that. He probably wanted them players to go out there and die for him today. Put it all on the line. I mean, the only thing we've put on the line, I don't even know, to be honest with you, is the washing, maybe. That's absolutely ridiculous. We've just sat back. We literally just sat back and let them play around with us. Let them do what they wanted us to do. 63 minutes in.
But Dave, even let's say he was playing for the draw, though. I mean, this is what I think it continues to go down to, though. Like, you don't have those 2 calamitous mistakes. You are still 0-0 at this moment in time, which just gives it a different perspective, because it maybe would show he potentially could be playing for the draw.
Come
he
on,
could be
Lucas.
trying to go something better.
Come on, cross the ball. I mean, fuck's sake, man. Emerson, you shitbag. It's right there. You have the day of the fucking week to put in a decent cross. What is the quality I am seeing at my football club, bro? We used to have Bale, Modric. We used to have Kyle Walker, for fuck's sakes. Now I'm watching fucking fullbacks that can't even fucking cross to save their whole fucking life. It's either Dumb and Dumber on one side, you know, or Dumb and Dumber the other. It's calamitous mistake after another. Where is the quality, bro?
And the thing is, look, Jack, you actually make a good point. 2 mistakes don't happen. We're sitting in the game 0-0. But the reason why the mistakes happened is because we haven't been able to do anything. And when you're not playing well, when you're sitting back inviting the team onto you, when you can't keep hold of the ball, when you can't cross a ball, when you can't keep possession, then mistakes are going to happen. Because you can't lay a glove on them.
How did he miss that?
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. And I think because we all know that these mistakes, they're not going to be perfect. Sometimes we just think that with our defenders. Our defenders will be perfect, even no matter how much, Antonio Conte trains them. Sometimes we just think they'll be perfect, David. That's the mistake we make.
You're a pussy, bro. How do you let a guy just shove you down like that? Made you his bitch, bro, and then you back off.
God.
How are you a defender? Did you see what Lukaku did to him?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I've just seen it, and then they just put one straight over between the centre-backs into Timo Werner's feet. This is just getting from bad to worse.
I think you're like 10 seconds ahead, Marcelo.
Yeah. I
this is
mean,
getting
no,
from bad
but
to worse.
but what a pussy.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you let that happen to you? A man manhandle you like that? Bro, if someone shoved me down like that, bro, I would come back with a fiery force in his face. How do you let someone do that to you?
Yeah.
No pride. I mean,
no pride.
No pride. You're a pussy, bro. Not even a man. Not even a player, bro. How do you let a guy do that to you, bro? It's a joke.
And Davies into Sanchez. Sanchez decided to walk
Where's
around again.
Where's 10 guy?
Yeah, now 10 guys disappeared.
Ted disappeared bro. He really is Al Fente, bro. Because you know what? He pulls a Houdini and misses game all the time, bro.
But we're playing everything in front of them as well. We're not putting any balls in behind them. We're not turning them. Everything's in front of them. It's too easy. It's too easy. You got to turn them at some stage. You got to start allowing Lucas to go behind. You can't keep playing everything in front of them. It's the most easiest thing to defend when teams are just constantly playing it around in front of you. It's so easy to defend. Just keep your body shape right. Keep moving with the ball. It's too easy to defend. You got to start turning them. Put stuff in behind. Challenge them.
Come on! Stop waiting for the ref, Hoiberg! Pass the fucking ball! Today, Junior! Holy shit! Lucas, David. He's just standing there, so slow, bro. Just pass the fucking ball. He goes down. The referee doesn't blow the fucking whistle. You play on. There was open space. You played that open space. Try to punish them. Hurt them. Do something. Oh, my God. Another crap cross
Let's
from
go,
Emerson.
Harry.
Oh,
Come on,
that's
Emerson.
Decent.
There's no one in the... No one dare even making a run into the box for him to even try and put it in behind them. Come on.
Joke, bro. It's a joke, bro.
It's just backwards, sideways. I mean, start penetrating them. Good ball into Sonny. What can Sonny do? Out to Harry. Harry to Skip. Skip to Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Tanganga. Tanganga into Lucas. Lucas tries to come back inside. Good play with Højbjerg. Emerson.
Nah.
What can he do?
Bro. Nothing.
Good ball in, Lucas. Unlucky. Oh, it's so demotivating. It's so draining having to sit through this. I mean, this is the rivals. This is your rivals. Jesus Christ, at least if you can't compete them with the football, just smash them. Smash them for 90
Dude, like the bridge.
Not just sit.
Fuck them up.
Over.
Yeah. Like, like people say, like, are you embarrassed by that game by the bridge? It's like, no, because, like, I saw my team fight, bro. Like, yeah, we lost the league because of that. And it was demoralizing and it hurt. But, like, you look at that team and you're like, you know what, bro? Like, they gave it all. They could have played better, but they gave it all. You can't say a man there didn't want to win that game. You couldn't, bro. This team, I don't see a man here that wants to win the game. I can't see not one Spurs player right now that wants to win this game. Not one. And it's even from my two favorite players, Kane and Son. They look absolutely demoralized, And I don't blame them, bro, because I mean, you can see 2 goals like that. It's honestly like just a joke, really. I mean, imagine you're a forward. You're probably thinking, I score another one. What, does it really change anything?
No.
Like, look at this. Who's going to take the game? Come on, somebody. There we go. A little bit of creativity. Good job from Sonny. Why are you passing to Emerson, though? He's not going to do anything. Can't even beat Xavi Alonso, man. I mean, you wait for too long. Now the Chelsea got their shape, back pass. Same bullshit. Højbjerg loses.
Passes right there as well.
Højbjerg just gets absolutely bullied there, bro. Oh man, that's embarrassing, bro. How do you lose that ball? I'm sorry, but
Sanchez, look up. Give it outside to Ben Davies 10 minutes ago. Let's start going at them. Kane, good switch of play out to Emerson.
Oh.
I would say bring on Winks, man. I know that's crazy, but we need a
Højbjerg is just
he's been shocking, bro. He's been shit. He has been shit, bro.
I'll be honest. I think the only player that could probably come out with their head held high, even 2, would probably be Hugo Lloris and Skip. The only ones.
Yeah.
And that.
Oh, thank David. The performance was so shocking, David froze.
Am I freezing?
No, you froze for only a second. You're good.
I'll go back out and I'll come back in. Give me a minute.
I mean, it's just a joke. I mean, just a joke, bro. I don't know what else to say.
Kovacic coming on, that's also just more ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is just.
I get pissed. I
don't even think Mason Mount has even sweated this match.
Bro, Chelsea hasn't even been that great. That's the thing. Like Chelsea hasn't even really been playing that amazingly. We just been rolling over, bro. Been rolling over.
Who do you feel like can hold their head high? Do you feel like it's Skippy and I think maybe
No
Lucas, but then again, Lucas has been pretty shocking at times
No
as well.
one.
But maybe the best of the front three. I guess Lloris and Skippy, I
Only
guess.
Hugo. No. I would even say, like, I love Skippy, but not even Skippy, bro. Only Hugo. Nobody here deserves to hold their head high. This is a team performance. This is a lackluster performance from the whole team.
Winks on for Skip as well here. That just seems, I don't know, that just seems harsh to the kid. I think Højbjerg has to come off.
He's been our best midfielder, that's for sure. And he's been trying. I give him that. And, you know, he hasn't had an embarrassing performance like the rest of the team. But holding your head up high, like, I don't know. Held, you know, high. Like, for me, it's only Hugo.
Harry Winks is on.
Yep.
Who's he coming on for?
I mean, look at
Skip.
Winks.
I don't agree with that.
I
don't agree with that. Unless he's resting him, I don't agree with that.
What is Winks doing? You have fresh legs, man. How are you getting outrun in the midfield, bro? Oh, holy shit, man. Oh, my God.
Sanchez clears it.
God. There we go.
What
there
minute
we
are you
go.
guys on?
I think I'm ahead of you.
What time are you on, Marcelo?
I'm at 48.
Okay. I'm way behind, so.
I
What time are you
can't
at, Dave?
stop my stream because it'll just sync
Oh, no,
up
I'm at
again.
73, 20, 26, 27, 28.
All right, I can technically.
No, it's
sync with
fine.
both
Stay
of
where
you.
he's at. Stay where he's at. I mean, the quicker this.
The thing is, 2-0 is not over. You know, you score one goal. You know, like if you score just one
That's it,
goal in the second half, you have a chance in the second one. But the lack of wanting to win is shocking from this team. And I mean, like, look at Ndombele, just so weak, falling over himself. Where's your balls, man? Show some guile, show some strength. Stop looking for just a foul, the easy way out.
That's just also a hospital throw-in pass into Winks as well.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, we have been better the second half than what we were in the first half, to be fair.
Not hard.
But yeah, exactly. It's not hard. And the game's already over. I mean, we've seen this time and time again last season. The game would be out of reach, and then they start trying. I mean, just do it from the off, and then you don't put yourself in that situation. A lot better second half, but again, it's not hard to beat the first half because we were so poor.
David, we had 3 shots the second half. It's not even been a good half.
And again, you know, they could have put 2 buys this half easy.
Yeah, they should have scored 3 goals against us this half. Nah, it's just been a shocking game as a whole.
Jesus, Højbjerg again.
Højbjerg's been shit, bro. Again. He needs to stop. Like, come on, man.
I think we're just gonna have to. I mean, this is what we said from last season, though. It's just the reason we didn't want, to a degree, Skip and Højbjerg to be the ones played at the same time. You know, but every manager has realized that is the most reliable sort of, I don't know, like combination. But I think we're just gonna have to start doing that, Marcelo, where we're just gonna have to pick between Skip and Højbjerg and just rotate between them. You know, because at this rate, I feel like them playing together, it's just not working out.
You fall into the same trap. Ndombele, Lo Celso, Dele Alli, Winks. You know, you fall into the same trap that we fall into before.
Should have been 4. I mean, should have been 3 right there.
That's the problem. I mean, we've seen it. You put some of these players out, usually end up playing with 10 men instead of 11 because they're non-existent.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. The reason why Højbjerg and Skip are rolled out consistently is because, even though Højbjerg has been crap today, but he still tries. You know what I mean? Look at Ndombele just standing around there. The ball's from 5 yards of his vicinity, and he hasn't even made an attempt to go and try and get mixed in. He's just standing there. And that's where the third goal nearly come from. You know? That shot that Ziyech just missed. That's where it's come from. Because, like, this is the thing. I mean, as poor as Højbjerg has been today, you got to stick with them until you get in a player that, Conte can trust, that'll come in and do the job he's paid to do.
Yeah. Lucas here, please play good ball. I swear. Tanguy is, oh my God, he's just a lard ass. He's just a lard ass.
Pussy, bro.
And then he just gets the ball kicked into his face as well.
Look at this. Azpilicueta is standing right over him, saying that he's diving and that, he's just faking it. And he doesn't even react, bro. He doesn't even react to that. How do you let a man stand over you like that, bro? And talk to you that way? You know, not even for the team, bro, but for yourself. Out of self-respect, David. You know, imagine if I fouled you and then I went on top of you and I called you a diver.
But not even that. I mean, Rudiger's just ballooned it straight off the back of his head. Where's the rest of the Spurs players coming in and starting a bit of a ruckus? Upset them. You know what I mean? Try the dirty tactics. Get them nitty-gritty. Get them pissed off. Wind them up. You know what I mean? Hopefully they cave that way. But don't just allow that to happen. I mean, if we done that at the Battle of the Bridge a couple of years ago, all 10 of their players would have came barreling in. And that was a Conte team, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
You know? You look at the passion that was there compared to this today. You look at the desire, the fight, the hunger. I mean, you just allowed him to balloon it off the back of his head. I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy's probably pricking the dressing room when they all hate him. But Jesus Christ, on the pitch, show some fucking unity.
Yeah, I mean, this is a joke, bro.
No fight, no passion. And we've seen it from minute one to right now. I mean, Chelsea are just taking the piss. They're kicking the ball straight out of play to give us throw-ins.
I don't know. This just goes back to what Dara was saying at one stage. It's just, Dave, and it's just maybe we've said it before, but I think we kind of, to a degree, I kind of bought into the recent performances from players, but I don't know. We said this before, and I think William Kelly said this before. Dara said this before. You just need a whole squad wipe. Just wipe it clean. Keep 5, 6 players, and then just have just an entirely new team, because it just seems like all of them, they seem pedestrian for this performance. They were ready to have this sort of performance and they were fine with that. It seems like they just didn't have any sense of hope going into this sort of, I don't know. It just seems like they had no sense of hope, Dave. And that just makes me think you just have to get rid of these players, because then they just don't believe in themselves. They just don't even believe in the team. They don't even believe in the club. It just seems like at least have players that, have, like I've said before, a bit of naivete, be a little bit, kind of hopeful, be a little bit delusional, and think you actually do have a chance. Because it seems like the only players that actually have tried are players that basically are newcomers.
But I mean, Jack, I look at this team as well. I ask myself, is this one of your favorite Tottenham teams? I look back down the years. The current squad we've had over the last 2 years, I've hated. I've hated at least more than 50% of it. For me, I don't feel the connection with a lot of this squad. I feel it with Sonny. I feel it with Kane, Lloris. Players that over the years deserve it. Don't get me wrong. They've been a part of, Bottle FC, whatever people may call us, but they've got us there in the first place to be able to bottle it. You know what I mean? But when you look at some of the rest of the squad, I mean, I have to say it's one of my least favorite of all time, Jack. And I've seen Tottenham teams on paper supposedly worse than this, but show more heart, fight, desire, and play a bit more football.
Yeah.
Right now, you have too many bystanders, too many passengers. I mean, you're looking at bringing on Lo Celso. When was the last time the guy played for us? You're looking at to bring him off the bench to try and change it. It's dreadful. I guarantee you, most of us that go in and play FIFA or anything like that, sell him straight away.
And you know what? This is what pisses me off, right? Because I'm already looking, and I know, look, Twitter doesn't make up the Spurs fan base, but I'm already looking at Twitter, and people are like, "Oh, what is Conte doing? Conte, are you okay, bro? How about ask if these players are okay?" Why are we even looking at Conte at this point?
Yeah, how can you be looking at
How
Conte?
can you look at Conte at this point? Look, I question Mourinho. Honestly, looking back at this now, it's hard to see if anything he said was really wrong.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. Nuno, I will never take back. That guy needed to fucking fuck off. He was shit. But, Pochettino, Mourinho, I mean, I don't know, man. They spoke the truth, and these are quality managers, man. I don't care what people say about it. But, how can people look at Conte at this point? People need to ask these people, people need to ask these players, when are they going to be held accountable for this? When are they going to be held accountable?
The thing is, right, I get it. I mean, you can maybe question his starting lineup, his tactics. You can question his substitutions. By all means, feel free to do so. You're winning, you're right. But end of the day, look what he's got to work with. You know what I mean? He has no choice but to work with it, make some of these substitutions, put out a team that he thinks maybe might be able to compete, because we've seen too many times under too many different managers that some of these players that are still here are not good enough. I mean, we're still talking about Ndombele. He wouldn't be anywhere near any other team in this Premier League playing with his attitude. You know, Lo Celso to come on and change a game, he's only ever fit for Argentina. By all means, you know, you can question Conte, question this, question that. But when are we going to learn? When are we going to learn? I mean, you're in your right to question it, but he can only do and try and work magic with what he's got. After he puts everything else in place, it's on them once they're out there. Nobody else. Conte can't come out, run beside them, drag them where he wants them to be. It's up to them. Completely up to them once they cross that white line. By all means, keep questioning the substitutions. I mean, yes, you do have to look into it at times. I get that. But the reason why I don't do it, and the reason why I won't do it, is purely because I know the shit that he has to work with. And I've seen other managers try every other tool under the book. I've seen Jose try loads of different things. Nuno try some different things. And not one thing has worked. Yeah. Not one thing has worked. And that's why I'm not even going to question any of Conte's decisions today, because he's not the problem. We all know what the problem is. Like, you want to sit here and call it out. You know what I mean? Can all hide away from it if you want, but don't expect things to get better.
What is Højbjerg doing? Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Just a simple touch pass, David. Simple touch and pass.
For fuck's sake.
You know, look, what I gotta say is, you know, it's just, look, with Pochettino, we had the excuse where, well, you know what, I think the squad is kind of done with him. They don't want to really play for him. They played a long time, right? We made that excuse. Mourinho, we had the excuse that he was finished.
Too mean.
That he was, you know, too mean. He was washed up. You know, was old, from the old era. Okay. What's the excuse now? Because this manager's in his prime. He's in his prime. And the last clubs he's been to, the last, 3 clubs he's been to, David. He's won, I think, 5 league titles. 5 league titles. And I think in the last 7 or so years, he's been managing. Because I think he won 3 at Juventus. Then he won at Chelsea, won 1. Yeah. And then he went to Inter, won 1. Yeah. 5 league titles, bro. 5 league titles.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Anyone wants to sit there and question him when he's won 5 league titles and he's like, you know what I mean, over the last 7 years? I mean,
what's the excuse, bro? Yeah, what's
it's an elite manager that's also been here 2 fucking months. Like, it's like 2 or 3 months at this stage. Like, what do you expect? Like, he's actually, just a week ago, we were thinking he somehow, you know, turned water into wine with some of these players, but as if we didn't think that these players are still capable of this.
He still has, though, Jack. I mean, he's got them performing better than what they probably have, some of these players have ever done.
Yeah.
You know, he still has turned water into wine.
But to think that they still will spoil. Yeah. It's not, but they still will spoil. They still will, like, they have it in them. Like, it's not like he's just all of a sudden just made them, I don't know, Dave, just perfect all of a sudden. Like, they still have these sort of performances in them. And that is the whole reason why we need that rebuild, is just because these players, you just can't trust them in matches like this. You just simply can't. And like Marcelo said, the squad in terms of mentality and quality has just been on the downgrade every single year as well.
It's like watching a slow avalanche, bro. It really is. You know, you saw like you know, us increase into mountains, bro. Become mountains.
Yeah.
And you know, in 2015 compete for the title. 2016 have that great unbeaten season at home. Okay, we fell short, but we were becoming mountains. And then all of a sudden, Dembele leaves. The snow starts falling. Then Wijnaldum leaves, more snow. And then, you know, Eriksen leaves, more snow. Jan, Toby, Walker, Rose, everything, bro. And then it's just all piles down and we're all with this shit of rubble, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a disgrace. Anybody that does actually want to do a fan cam and have their opinions on this game, send them in to me. And between today and tomorrow, I'm going to be putting them up on the channel. So send them in to me, email, whatever. Doesn't matter. Send them in. And,
Brian Hill. Oh, God, Hill absolutely destroyed whoever that was.
That was very well done by Hill, bro.
You mean Gil Messi?
No, he absolutely actually destroyed him there. But no, now they're on Lukaku in behind here.
Hey guys,
Sanchez
I'm just
actually
running
wins
to the
it.
Jacks before full time because no doubt it's going to be a long one.
Wow, that's the time he chooses to shove over.
Who missed that? I want to see who missed that.
It was Lo Celso.
Of course, makes sense.
It's actually quite an easy save when you actually look back at it.
Yeah. Should have done better with that.
First, I thought he did well with that. Yeah, he could have done a bit better with that.
That's a shit shot.
All Tongi has done is fall over the ball, it seems like, every time. But Benedict Tampa is saying, finish work late, lads. What have I missed? You've just missed a shit show. That's what it is. It's just, honestly, it's been a bit of a reckoning, I would say. That's all it's been. It's been a bit of a reckoning. You know, just kind of us realizing that we just can't get too ahead of ourselves when it comes to these players. We just can't get too ahead of ourselves. That's all I can say, Benedict Tampus, but you haven't missed a lot. That's all I'll say. Shane O'Neill saying Conte will walk by the end of the season. Marcelo.
If he doesn't get back, he will. I agree. Look. Let's not blow it out of proportion, right? Let's see how he does in this January window, and let's see how we do in the summer window. You know, if we get 3 players in January, that does improve the squad a lot. Like, I think if we get a center back, a midfielder, and we get a striker, that's a massive improvement. Will it happen? I don't think so. I think Levy will bottle it yet again. And then, you know, in the summer, if we can maybe make some great deals, you know, get, you know, some quality players, you know, then we'll see. We'll see. But as far as this, you know, we can't overreact. I think Conte knows. That, you know, what quality he's dealing with. I think he's well aware. And
this is an example then.
Yeah, no, I think
Mira's always been in the back of his head as well, Marcelo, because that guy actually looked like he did not see the point of football anymore after that. Like he actually looked like someone who'd been like volunteering almost at like a, you know, at a nonprofit or something and just put in like 20 hours of work. Like he just looked like he just saw he couldn't even see the light. He looked like he was just staring into the void at that game in Mira.
Well, Jack, he even said it, you know.
He's doing charity for us by even taking our club. He's actually a charitable man by taking this club is really what I meant. It's almost like he's doing nonprofit work or something by you know, managing this club and players. It really is. I would honestly, I don't know. I would be just dead inside sometimes coaching some of these players.
Yeah, no, like, and you know, Jack, he even said it. The level at Tottenham is not so high. And he is right.
Yeah.
It is not so high. The level here is not high right now. There's not many great players here. There's maybe 3. And that's Hugo, Kane, Son. And then, you know, maybe you can say Romero could become a player. Maybe Brian Gill could become a player. But those are maybes, you know. So he's well aware. But, you know, it's up to Levy, bro. It's up to Levy. The fan base needs to take a step back. They need to say, look, we know what Conte is dealing with. We know what type of team this is. It's up to Levy now, bro. He's the only one that can change it.
It's all up to him. I mean, do you think as well, like maybe...
Yeah.
He's just been overperforming with these players. Antonio
Absolutely.
Conte, you know, I don't even know if it's water into wine at this rate. I think that's honestly being too kind to the metaphor or, you know, being too kind to them. Is it really just he's been overperforming with these players? And now we've realized when we have a proper test in front of us, Marcelo, like there's only so much shit he can polish. Like it is going to get destroyed.
No, absolutely, Jack. Absolutely. And you know what? Look, we said this. David and I have been saying this. Stop doing the second chance. Stop being second chance FC. Just because some players turn up, have a few good games, you know, stop praising them. Stop praising because Winks learned how to pass after 5 years. Stop praising Ben Davies because he finally learned how to defend after 10 years at the club. You know, stop praising these little things that these players are doing that are their jobs. You know, not even at a high level, by the way, may I tell you? Not even at a high level. I mean, the quality of this fan base has gone down so bad that, you know, just the simple things we're celebrating, like it's high level. So stop doing that And stop saying, oh, Conte can get the best out of this. No, and just say, you know what, Levy has to back Conte. That should be the mindset. Not Conte needs to get the best out of this player. Not Conte needs to get the best out of Winks or Bergwijn or whoever or Dyer. No, back Conte. That should be our mindset only. That's it.
But look, we've already heard the words coming out. There's not that much money there available this January and everything else. I mean, it's looking like what you're going to get on transfer deadline day. And a Skip has been given a pay rise. Harry Kane has signed a new contract. Hugo Lloris has signed a new contract. No transfers. I mean, the excuses, we see it time and time again. They start being rolled out late December, early January. There's not that much money there, this, that, and the other. I mean, look, football is ruthless. It's a ruthless business from underage all the way through to senior team. The only place it's not ruthless is Tottenham Hotspur. Because we keep hanging on to these players, keep rolling them out, change a different manager, roll them out again under a new manager, and you get the same team. But we expect every manager to come in and deal with them, do better, get more out of them. We pay, and I get it. Look, if you're looking at it from the Levy point of view, I spent fucking £60 million. Ndombele, a record transfer. I want a manager to come in here and get the best out of them. But you also have to understand, you bought a flop. You haven't bought the real deal. You bought someone that's mentally weak, doesn't want to be here, was happy to take the paycheck. You thought you were getting a steal. Barcelona, Madrid, City, all interest, but all pulled out because they've done their proper homework on this guy. I get it. Maybe Levy has realised that he's fucked up. They're overhauling the transfer market or the scouting system and everything else. But, I mean, we have to start being ruthless. I mean, there's still people out there. Let's give Lo Celso a chance. Let's roll Lo Celso out today. Why? What has he done since he's come on? Nothing. Ndombele, let's give him a chance. I mean, against Watford, people were screaming for Ndombele to come on. Why? Have they done anything now with their 15, 20 minutes today? Ndombele 5 minutes? Have they done that to stake their claim to get into the team for next week? No, they haven't. They haven't. And you'll see Skip and Højbjerg rolled out again. Yeah. They haven't done anything. Sanchez, poor today. Got manhandled by Lukaku. I mean, what sort of man lets that happen? Where's your fucking pride, your cojones? I mean, yeah, he's stronger than you. If someone's stronger than you, then just think smarter than them. It's all you got to do. It's not hard. And if someone's smarter than you, then try and use your power to overpower them. But the thing is, Sanchez is too stupid. Tanganga, poor kid, rolled out there today. I called for him. I wanted him to be given the chance. But he's let me down. I mean, two calamitous mistakes. But the reason why that happens, Jack, on players like Tanganga when it comes in team, don't get me wrong, the mistakes are his own fault. Stupid, idiotic mistakes. But the reason why that happens is because he doesn't have to be on it every day of the week in training. These mistakes are allowed to happen because you're looking at Lo Celso, Ndombele, Sanchez, Davies, Dyer. When he sees them being allowed to make mistakes and still getting game time, what message does that send out to him?
He doesn't have to be flawless. No.
That's why you see these mistakes. That's why he hasn't kicked on since his debut against Liverpool. Because there's been no need. The level of the quality in the squad hasn't improved. So why does he need to improve? And that's why you've probably seen them two mistakes today. But the whole back line, shocking. Absolutely shocking today. Midfield, non-existent. Strikers, honestly, it was like a game of ping pong. Could not hold up the ball. This is your rivals. I get it. 2-0 down. Play better in the second half, all that. But that's accepted mediocrity. You look at the performance from a whole. I mean, when you rock up to Stamford Bridge, you expect to fight to earn the right to play. We didn't. We just sat there, allowed them play, do what you want with us today. We're happy to take it to the home leg. You can't do that. It's a gamble. Do you think we're going to break Chelsea down in the home leg and be able to overturn this 2-0 deficit? I'll be honest with you, I already think this tie is over with. I think we're already out. I cannot see it. Not if we play like we did today. Not if you're not stepping over that white line.
David, we don't
for instructions every 10 minutes.
David, we don't even win if we play half of what we did today. This was a 0% performance, bro. Other than Gell's little run, honestly, attacking wise, we offered nothing today. Absolutely zero. It's a 0%
I've seen it too many times. I mean, one that springs to mind straight away. Two that spring to mind. Arsenal this year, 3-0 down at halftime. Second half, we tried, looked better. West Ham last year, 3-0 down. Second half, we tried, we looked better. Well, stop putting yourself in that position. Wake up and realize that you have to be at it from minute one.
in the trying in the
to come out and start trying to be better in the second half. Do not do that.
Those are the 0% efforts that Marcelo is talking about, Dave. And I think this is something that needs to be spoken about with Carl Knight saying we just have an inferiority complex against Chelsea. Goes back to the years. They are our bogey team, and I hate to say it, they're much better than us. Hope Conte gets backing or we won't close the gap. I mean, David, this is what to a degree I was trying to touch on. I think Carl Knight's just put in much smarter words than I was before, but do you feel like we actually do have an inferiority kind of sort of complex, with these sort of teams? Like, maybe the Chelseas to a degree, maybe even the Man U's, despite some of these teams being in horrible form, just seems like when we show up to these teams, we just expect just to get a hounding.
This current crop of players, yes.
Yeah.
Over the years gone by, I mean, yeah, you look at some of our record at Chelsea, it hasn't been great, but I have seen teams turn up and give it a fucking crack. Lash them out of it, try and earn the right to play, at least get on the ball and try and make something happen. Have cojones, take it to them. They knew what it meant to the fans. This team, they already go into the games, especially when it's make top four, when it's a cup semi-final, cup final, whatever it may be. When there is pressure, they go in waiting for the mistake to happen. But the reason why that happens, I mean, even take it back to Champions League final. I mean, all season long, I was watching Trippier get balls pinned over his head. All season long. Couple minutes into Champions League final, Liverpool do exactly that, win a penalty, game is already over. Where is Trippier standing up in that Champions League final going, that's not going to happen today? Where's the players today standing up saying that's not going to happen? The players against Man City in the Carabao Cup final, where were they standing up saying, no, today's going to be our day? When it comes to games like that, you don't rely on luck, Jack. You make it your fucking day. You go about and you make it your day. You say, as soon as I step across that white line, my first tackle, I'm smashing them. My first touch is going to be crisp. My first touch or my first pass, fuck me, the crowd are going to be pulling their pants down. Magnificent. You do everything right, and then you build in. But you earn the right. You don't go in thinking, oh, well, we'll wait for the ball and we'll try and play. You earn the right to play. Even if they have all the possession, there's other ways you can get at them. Go and kick the shit out of them. Smash them. Once you smash them, they'll think twice about showing to try and get on the ball again. You know what I mean? There's ways of demoralizing them. For instance, I've seen Chelsea do it to us at the Battle of the Bridge. And we were 2-0 up. When the ball goes out, slow it down, piss them off, rattle them, get in the rears, wind them up. We didn't do any of that. We didn't even do any of that. We didn't even try and rattle them or get them riled up to get angry enough to make a mistake. We just sat back and allowed them to do what they wanted to do. And I get the point. I get Stamford Bridge is a hard place to go to. I know that. I was preaching that before the game. But I didn't expect us to roll up and just let Chelsea have their way with us. I mean, I expected a bit of grit and fight and determination. This is my point. Yeah. I've seen teams, worse teams, go and give it a fucking crack.
Yeah, give Chelsea at least a game.
Can't compete with them on a football level. Just smash them until they want to. Until you bring it down to the level you want, then turn it into a brawl, and then you will get on top of them. But we just didn't do any of it. We didn't even try.
Do you feel like we have an inferiority kind of complex, Marcelo?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's that, and also these players are just shit, bro. I mean, we've seen it multiple times. I mean, let's be real here. It's not just Chelsea. Anytime something's on the line, bro. It's Liverpool in the final, City in the final. I mean, how many times do we show up against City in the league?
Yep.
We show up against them all the time, bro, in the league. In the final.
Quarterfinal.
Yeah, quarterfinal. But in the final, in the Carabao Cup, what happened? Zero guts, zero effort.
Yep.
It's just when something is on the line, bro. Anytime, bro, I could put this Samsung phone on the line and these guys fucking bottle it. Against a relegation team. Forget Chelsea, bro. Norwich, bro. You remember that? I do. Remember Zagreb, bro? I do. It's not just an inferiority complex. It's just these guys are pussies, bro. It's simple as that. No manhood.
And the thing is, right, let's be honest. I mean, over the years, we've all had conversations about bringing in someone that can help with the state of the mind. What do you call them? Not a psychiatrist, but someone that helps your mindset. I don't know what they're called. Bringing in people to help with the mentality, with the mindset and everything else. I mean, but it's gone past that now. It's just gone to the point where the only way it's going to change is by bringing in players. I mean, we've all had the conversations about keeping the same players, bringing in people to help them and everything else. It's gone past that now. It's about changing, getting more players in this window. I guarantee you, we signed 2 players this window. They're in the starting lineup within a week or 2, and they'll be rolled out until the rest of the season, week in, week out. Conte is doing the very best he can with these players. And look, I know some people may look at this game and say, well, look, it was two of our mistakes. Apart from that, it would have been 0-0. I get that. But the reason why the mistakes happened is because they pressured us into it, because we couldn't get a grip on the ball. We were too slow in case of Tanganga's pass to Emerson that led to the first goal. I mean, they forced us into the mistakes. Yeah, we're architects of our own downfall, but the reason why that happens is because we couldn't get a foothold in the game whatsoever. And we've seen it under Jose Mourinho with some of these players, especially a lot of this back line, that when you're constantly put under pressure like that, you're going to leak goals because they can't handle it. The reason why they've looked so good against Watford and teams like that, and people are praising them, it's because they didn't have any defending to do, because we controlled the game. And that is what Conte is trying to do. But when we played against Liverpool and we looked a lot better, we played a 3-5-2. We played a different formation. And we were able to get a foothold in the game because we had the bodies in midfield. But we also had an extra body in midfield which protected the back line. Today we didn't have that. And look how vulnerable we looked.
Yeah. I mean, Carl Knight, I think we do have an inferiority complex, but I think it's also on top of what Marcelo was saying. It's just we also just simply don't have players with actual quality as well.
They simply suck. They just suck. They just suck.
Carl Knight, I don't know. You couldn't be more spot on, my man. Darren Herring saying, bring on, does he mean Reggie or, bring on Rangy? Hear it too often. There you can go. There you go. Cream on the turd that couldn't be polished tonight. I mean, Dave, that's the other thing as well. We can't even bring on any sort of player as well to even make things better. We don't even have a player that we can point to and say, you know what? I mean, this person could maybe actually get something out of this game as well. So to be honest, there's no sense of hope. There's no source of hope. There's no backup that can actually come on and make a difference. It's all just, to a degree, just nothingness.
Jack, when we were doing the watch-alongs on Matty Hayes' channel, so many people used to say, let's change the game, bring on a substitution, especially when Jose was in charge. And I sat there and I said it so many times. I mean, if I can look at the bench and I look at it and say there's not a game changer there, how do you expect a manager who knows football more than what any of us do to be able to look at that bench and have confidence to change the game? You're not going to change the game from the bench. You don't have players to bring on. You just don't. I mean, we brought some on today. Did things change? No, they didn't. You do not have players to change the game from the bench. And I've been saying this since we started doing the watch-alongs on Matty Hayes' channel. So that was what, last season? All last season I've been saying it. Now, don't get me wrong. I agree with Mark. Look, I'll call Gil Messi. I'll call Gil Messi just purely because it's a bit of fun, and I'd rather hype up some of our players where I can instead of bring them down. But like with Gil Messi, look, I look at him. I think he will become a quality footballer. But is he ready now? No, he's not.
We don't have players that are ready for the here and now, because the players that we have tried to bring in, I don't know. Have we really brought a player in for the here and now? That's the only question as well, because we've only brought players that are all projects as well, Dave.
That's about it.
But Darren, you're spot on. Nothing that can polish these turds that can come off the bench. I mean, Conte's already trying his best. He needs a bit of help, and that's clearly the case. But big yourself.
I do want to say,
Jack. I mean, I'm sorry. Like Jack, people said bring on Winks. Winks will change the game. And when I saw Nobeli come in, how many times, David, have we heard this? And Nobeli would come in and change the game. Did they change the game? Was it really much different? Did we create many chances? Did we look threatening while they were there? No. Same boring, static Tottenham.
Yeah, that's just nothing. There's just no player in the squad even that can help us at this rate as well. That's why it needs to be complete wipeout. Dark Sun G says, hopefully Sess or Reggie plays home leg with Hill. Hopefully by the time we face them away in the Premier League, we can play better and have Romero back. I mean, I think this is I don't know, Dave. I think we've already spoken about this enough, but this sort of performance, especially the one by Sanchez, if Romero was healthy for this one, I think this is the reason why you just put Romero straight back in. He would have played in the center, that back three. And just to a degree, Dave, just these players, we know that they have it in them. So why do we keep kidding ourselves every time, like Marcelo says, with the men in black flashing a phone over your face, and then just all of a sudden we have this deja vu or like hysteria that we think that these players are somehow fixed. I mean, a lot of these players are not fixable.
And what I want to say is look, I don't want us to think that Romero's the answer to all our problems, because it's not. He'd come in and he'll improve it, yes. But you still have two players playing alongside him. Yep. No matter what two you put in, that will make the mistakes. So he's not 100% the answer. But what he does do, he fucking improves things. he improves things for sure because he's proactive. He like there today, we just dropped, let them run at us, let them ping shots from the edge of the box, let them put balls into the box. Romero wouldn't allow that to happen because Romero's proactive. He wants to go and win that ball. He's hungry to go and do it. Defenders we have are not. So Romero coming in will improve things, but he's not going to solve everything because you still need another quality centre back to bring in and play beside that, and then you can get away with playing Dyer, Davies, or Sanchez, one of them with your two world-class centre backs. But we have a problem at this team, Jack. Our world-class players, one is in goals, and the other two are up the top of the pitch. So in defence and in midfield, you're missing. None. So we're lopsided. You can't get the ball to your world-class players to be able to affect these games because we're so poor further back the pitch. Now, I don't blame Højbjerg and Skip. I don't. Because at the end of the day, yes, Højbjerg was fucking piss poor today. Don't get me wrong. I blame him on that. But ultimately, he's being asked to do a job that he shouldn't be doing, that he was not brought in to do, and he's not a specialist at doing. You're asking him to double up, which he cannot do. He is a ball-winning midfielder. It's that simple. He needs to be able to win that ball and give it back to a centre-back who can pass. Give it out to a wing-back, not Doherty. You know, or give it to a ball-playing midfielder beside him. Same as Skip. Skip will go and win your ball all day long. And God love him and Højbjerg. They try to pass it, but they're not what we need. Yeah. They're not what we need.
We're asking too much of them.
Asking too much, but the problem is we're lopsided. Our world-class players are in areas of the pitch where unfortunately they can't affect it because the other two areas are so crucial.
Do you feel like with Cesar Reggie, I mean, this is another thing, Marcelo, as well. Maybe Cesar Reggie probably should have came on today just to answer Dark Sun G. I mean, maybe they just weren't available. Maybe they both weren't healthy, but maybe by the second leg or potentially that, we'll actually have those two back. It could be a different game, but I don't know. I'm just being optimistic.
I mean,
being ridiculous.
I mean, having Matt Doher shit, start is basically just being 10 men down from the beginning, Hey, let's just be real here. Not even Irish fans rate Matt Doherty. No. Not even Ireland, And like,
what sickens me, though, Marcelo? Sorry, just quickly. I hear people telling me, "Oh, but he's playing well for Ireland. Let's give him a chance." And I'm sitting there like, "Please stop saying that to me. I've watched him for Ireland. He's fucking dog shit."
Every Irish fan I've asked
when I watch it, and he's dog shit.
Yeah, every Irish fan I've talked to, they always said he's shit. The only reason you play him is because he's your only option. But it's just. Look, I mean, you start with Matt Doherty, you're already a man down. I think Conte knows that. So, obviously, I think Reggie and Sess probably couldn't play today. I'm pretty sure the second leg, they'll play. Listen, it's 2-0. Who knows? Game is not dead. But, like, do I trust these players to come back and score 2 goals or 3 goals and hold a clean sheet against Chelsea? No, I do not. Because why? Because there's something on the line, and they never do it. They never get it done. They're cowards. They're no courage, no heart. That's it.
Benedict Tampa is saying and big yourself up, Dark Sun G, but Benedict Tampa is saying, all I can say is I've supported since the 90s. In that time, we've had about 2 results at Stamford Bridge. Hand on heart. Look at our squads. Who's better? I think, Benedict, for me personally, it's not like it's the same thing as Liverpool, where it's not like you're going into it expecting that we're going to win, but you just kind of expect that you at least give them some sort of game. At least you make them actually think about you. You don't want to watch a game where it is a training ground session for the other team. And that's where I think we're coming from on this. It's not like we expected it to be 2-0 or 3-0. I think I could have came away if it was a 2-1 and we actually fought for it. I would have been probably okay with that, to be honest. Even with a 1-0 or 1-1, it would have been still fine for me, to be honest. I'd probably be ecstatic. It's just more the fact what Marcelo was saying. It just looked like they just came there just to fill out the squad, just 0% effort and just nothing to actually show for and nothing to actually just, remind us that they do care. It's just, it was a lifeless performance. And I think that's all we're asking to a degree. But
no. Hold on a second. I see their comment here. And, Stevie Frazier, you say, me calling them cowards is over the line or that I need to take a pill. But what are they? How many chances have these guys bottled? And not even against great teams. Like I said, Zagreb, Norwich, Colchester, Mora. How many leads have these guys dropped? How many games that mattered has these guys not shown up? How many times when we've asked them to show a bit of courage, to show some fight, to make us proud, to breathe the name of Tottenham again, and they have failed us, and not even failed. Like there's failing, and like trying, in my opinion, is not failing. Going out there and giving 100% is not failing. It's just you didn't achieve your objective. We go on another day. Failing is going in there already with the mindset that you give up. These guys, every time there's a chance for them to show us that they're different, they show us, they prove us right. They prove us right every time. They come in with the mindset that they give up.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, look, I can get some people saying, look, maybe you guys are overreacting, this, that, and the other. I get Stamford Bridge is a hard place to go. But I mean, at least try. I mean, we didn't fight today. That's what really annoyed me, especially in the first
We could
half.
predict what was going to happen from the first minute. The moment the ball is kicked, you could see how the
is,
game was going to
Chelsea are going to come at you, but geez, be ready for it. Be switched on. Don't be the architects of your own downfall. There's bits and pieces that we do, that them players do on the pitch, which is their fault. I mean, Sanchez to Tanganga out to Emerson, where it led to the first goal. That's just sloppy. Every single one of them were at walking pace. There's no conviction in what they were doing. You look at the second goal, stupid free kick to give away in the first place. But I mean, how many more you just need to go and throw your head at before you miss it? Then Tanganga finally gets it, and he hits off the players that are jumping back to try and get it. It's just shocking. It's absolutely shocking. And I see some people saying it's not Doherty's fault. He played on the left. It is his fault. The reason why he's playing on the left is because he can't get on the right because he's shit. That's why he's playing on the left. If Sessegnon was fit today, I don't know why Reguilón was dropped. I think we'll probably hear more about that. Was he one of the COVID cases? Did he have a knock? Who knows? But the thing is, the reason why he plays out there is because he's been crap since he's got here. Like, I mean, we say let's not get too much on the players. Let's not blame the players. But who do you blame? I mean, Jose has tried with them.
I'm not going to blame Conte.
Pochettino had some of these players has tried with them. I mean, Nuno had some of these players have tried with them. Mason has. Now Conte. And we keep getting let down in big games like this. I mean, when are we actually going to sit there and talk about these players? When can we actually sit there and have an open, frank, honest, open discussion about these players? I mean, you can't keep blaming the manager every single time. The thing that needs to change is the squad. And I get it. Like, the thing is, I'm not expecting it to happen all in one window either, because it's never going to happen. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's never going to happen in one window. It's still going to take another 2 or 3 windows. And I get, like, look, we've had it good. I mean, 8 games unbeaten under Conte in the Premier League. I get it. But, I mean, this one almost hurts as bad as the NS Moore game, because there was just as much effort in this one as there was against them.
It was eerily similar. It was eerily similar in terms of just nothingness out there. Timman007 says, keep Lloris and Son. The rest stick in the bin. Højbjerg, Tanganga, Royale, a disgrace. We need new players now. Bottle job, FC. Tin Man, it's just what I started to realize kind of mid-game is where I'm just kind of thinking to myself, like, they're really you just need a whole new squad, because I just feel like, again, and I want to say this again, Tin Man, there are a lot of players I feel like went into this with that inferiority complex that was mentioned before, with that fact that they did know that, Chelsea gives them spankings. It felt like they were just wanted to be pedestrians. I just feel like we just need new players that actually have something to prove, actually don't fear Chelsea, actually have a bit of naivete, actually are willing to actually put in some sort of effort, even if it does go poorly. Just seemed like there's so many players out there that just, I don't know, just wanted to be pedestrians out there. And again, I think it just goes to moments like you even see Brian Hill. I just feel like the fact that he just looks at Jorginho and just slices him up like that just shows to me that he is someone that doesn't need to respect Chelsea because he's new to the Premier League and he has something still to prove, where it just feels like the Sanchez's of the world and whatnot. I don't know. It just feels like they've just they played this game too many times, and that's what they were to come out with. They just knew they were going to be pedestrians.
Look, the whole lot of the squad was shit today. Kane, Son, Lucas Moura, all absolutely crap. I mean, everybody from 1 to 11 was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. But, I mean, like, I get it. I get it. People don't want to get on the players' back. We're going through a rebuild. I mean, look, I get it. I understand we're going through a rebuild. Probably don't expect too much, but it's the disappointment. It's the hurt. It's the anger coming away from these games every single time. Even when we weren't going through rebuilds, we were still losing these sort of games, not competing in these sort of games. We've just never been good enough. And it fucking hurts. And I get that people, don't want to say a bad word about the club, don't want to say about the bad word about these players because they represent the club and everything else. I mean, I get it. I have just as much passion and love for the club as you guys. But we got to stop blaming managers, stop blaming everything else, and start laying it on these players that are paid out there to go and do the job. Everything else is put in place. I mean, Everything else is put in place for these players to succeed. You've got one of the best managers in world football who's won 5 titles in 7 years and other domestic cups. I mean, it just can't be his fault this time. I mean, people were saying it under Jose, but he's done, and that's why it was his fault. But this time, it just can't be Conte's fault. It just can't be. We have to start calling a spade and a spade a spade. If we want things to change, the culture has to change. Culture of the fan base has to change. We have to get a winning mentality. We can't keep making excuses for these players and put who's playing on left and this and that and the other. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It does not matter where you're playing. You're put out there. You're putting on the badge, putting on the jersey, represented with a bit of pride, a bit of passion, and a bit of bollocks. If you're outplayed, I can accept that. But we didn't fight. And that's what upsets me. If we fought and we were outplayed, I'd sit here and say, okay, we lost to the better team. But we didn't. We didn't fight. We didn't even try and lay a glove on them. Didn't even try and make it difficult for them. And that's what hurts. But we have to start calling out these players. I've been doing it a long, long time. And I'm going to keep doing it until I get a squad of players that I'm happy with. That then, maybe you can look at other things. But until I get a squad that I'm happy with and stop seeing these same mistakes in all these games and seeing mistakes from these players all the time, then I will lay off them. But until then, I'm not going to. I get we're in a rebuild, but it still doesn't change. I mean, plenty of people were there praising Winks, Dyer, Davies, Sanchez. Well, call them out now. They were shocking today. Call them out. If you're gonna praise them for a couple of weeks for doing their job, sit here and fucking call them out.
Yeah, I completely agree. William,
last week I had people going, "Oh, what are you saying about Sanchez now?" Where are they today? He was awful today, but they're still going to defend him. But then expect me to turn around and say, "Oh yeah, I got it wrong." I didn't. I sat there and said, "Yeah, he had his day today, but next game he'll cost us." And what happened? It was absolutely shocking today. Start calling them out. Things will not change until we get more better players in here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was happy with the last window because you're never going to get everything done in one window. But now we need to kick on again. Now this one's open.
Tim Man 007. Appreciate the big one. And honestly, I would probably, like you say, only probably keep about 3 or 4 of these players of the entire 25-man squad at this rate. It just feels like there's just so much that spoiled the crop. Willie McKenzie in here saying we shouldn't be playing 3 forwards because if we thrash Kane, Son, and Mora, we won't see them juiced up enough. Play 5 in the midfield and make the midfield easier. So he's going for a 3-5-2. I think that's what we all kind of wanted to see in the beginning of this, but I can see why Conte went for the 3-4-3. But I don't know. The midfield just did get kind of destroyed, but also the front 3 got destroyed as well because it seemed like they were just passed through way too easily. If you ask me, William McKenzie, just felt like Lucas, Sonny, and Kane they just were being passengers as well in their own press and their own defensive work, which then just exposes Højbjerg and Skip, which then just exposes the back 3. It is a whole system, but I'm with you. I think the 5 in the midfield or the 3-5-2 would have been a much better option if you ask me. But I guess, hindsight, is always on our side in that regard, though, Mr. McKenzie. But big yourself up, my man. Lightwork says not good enough. Second time need to win this 2-3.
Look, I'm just going to say it's over. It's done with. We couldn't lay a glove on them today. We're not going to do it at home. We might nick one, but we're conceding more. We're conceding anyway. It's over. It's over and done with.
Baz Radford saying this game showed importance of Dyer in our defense. Do you feel like we're somehow saying this that we're now missing Eric Dyer, but that just speaks again to the quality of the squad.
Let's just forget
that we're saying we're missing Eric Dyer.
Let's just forget the goal that Eric Dyer gave West Ham. I mean, let's not go down this route that it shows the importance of Dyer. It doesn't. Look what he done against West Ham. We could have easily went out in the quarterfinals. That mistake could have cost us in the quarterfinals. Let's not go down that route. It's not because Dyer wasn't there. It's not. I mean, he's still culpable of mistakes too.
Willie McKenzie with the big one saying the culture at this club needs changing, but serious investment is needed now, and that's the problem. We don't have owners that back the team. We never have, and that's why you're seeing those performances. I mean, just need an entire culture change, Marcelo. Just basically, and that maybe first, though, comes from the players, because the players are the ones that create this culture. We've had managers come in that have tried to change the culture, that tried to make us into kind of shit houses, that have tried to make us into warriors, and the managers can't do it. So at a certain point, it falls on the players to change this culture, but also maybe the culture stems as well, maybe Marcelo, from the owners.
No, absolutely. The owners are, I mean, they're the reason why we're here. Let's be real here. Like we said, how many transfer windows is going to take to, at least see some improvement with this team? Because let's look at here. Let's be real. 10 guy was brought in here to replace Dembele. He hasn't done that. Well, Celso came here to replace Eriksen. He hasn't done that. And it's not even like they haven't done it, right? They're not even like, they haven't even come close. That's what I was about to say, David. They haven't come close. Like they couldn't even polish. Like Ndombele couldn't polish Dembele's foot.
He doesn't even deserve to be given the opportunity.
No. Like if you compare the two players, it's a joke, bro. Like Dembele it's like here, and Ndombele is just like he's not even in the same universe. Lo Celso. Imagine trying to compare Lo Celso with Christian Eriksen in his prime. Not even close. It's not even the same universe of quality. So it's not even like we haven't even been able to improve in areas. Like the downgrade in the areas we have tried to improve is just it's baffling. Like I watch Lo Celso and I watch Ndombele not even being able to complete like regular passes. Not even to do like anything of quality. Lo Celso had a chance today to make it 2-1. He had a really good chance, and he absolutely bottles it when he has one chance to show of quality, and he doesn't. It's a joke.
I think the culture just needs dramatic changing, but it does come from the top because at the end of the day, William Kelly, they're the ones that have kept these players around. I mean, these players, at the end of the day, like Marcelo said, they are shit. I mean, they aren't going to, somehow, recover, as footballers. They are going to stay at this level. And it does, at the end of the day, fall on the owners to realize that these players have kind of poisoned the dressing room. They've also just poisoned the quality of the football that we even try to play. So William Kelly, it just stems from the owners, but also as well, I think it's a lot of these players that have created this sort of culture. And that's why we're seeing these performances, like you said, William Kelly.
I just want to say you're absolutely spot on there, Jack. The players have created this culture. No one can sit there and tell me that team went out there with the Conte culture, that fighting spirit. Nobody. You're right. The creators create that culture. And for that culture to change, for us to be molded into a proper Conte team, you have to bring in the players. And it's that simple.
Big yourself up though, William Kelly. Really appreciate the big one as well, and you just couldn't be more right, my man. Honestly, might as well just put that on the mantle. 2J, and also 2J, absolutely, he's a movie star, honestly, Dave, of the YouTube world. Actually, 2J is. He says, cheer up, lads. We actually stopped them from scoring a normal goal. Both goals were our mistake. Conte seriously needs to stop playing Doherty. I saw your comment on my video.
Who else is he gonna play? I mean, that's the issue right there, right? People, look, first off, our starting 11 is not even that great. But then you look at our B team. Bro, I don't trust our B team to beat a League One side. I do not trust them. I do not trust our league. Our B team could not make it out of the championship. I am 100% certain of that. You put Dele Alli, you put, what is it? Doherty, and, I guess I like Cess, but, and then you put our backup center backs, and then you put our backup midfield, and then you put our backup forwards, and then you dump them in the championship. I'm telling you, they have more of a chance of getting relegated than winning the championship.
Yeah. I just want to say, I do see some people saying about Sanchez and Doherty that they weren't at fault for the goals, so they didn't have a bad game. I mean, you don't have to be at fault for the goals just to have a bad game. I mean, you can be sloppy on the ball. May I add, Sanchez was the one that pinged them the ball straight back that allowed them to build that attack for that first goal.
Gave the ball away unnecessarily.
Doherty going forward, absolutely crap. It's what wingbacks in the team are to do. So he's had a crap game going forward as well. Failed to affect the game. They have all played badly. Just because it didn't lead to a goal, it doesn't mean they didn't play badly. There's other areas where they all played badly. For instance, Kane, up there to be a striker, hold up the ball. Fucking shit today. Son, lost every single battle he went in for. Crap, not good enough. Lucas Moura ran down blind alleys. Going back into the same Lucas Moura that we've seen before running down alleys. Crap. Skip Højbjerg couldn't get a handle in midfield whatsoever. Crap. But they all have been crap in their own individual ways. Just because it didn't lead to a goal doesn't mean they weren't crap. They were crap. Everything that everyone was in there to do today for their job, for the whole performance to come together, they all failed. So they've all been crap. Every single one of them. Some worse than others, but they've all been shit.
Like I said, 0% performance from everybody.
Exactly, 2J, and that's that's why I just feel like it's just even more heartbreaking, because I would have been happy to lose 2-0 if at least we, like Marcelo said, we showed even more than 0%. I think I would have kind of honestly walked out and probably still kind of respected the players, especially at that one moment, like it was brought up when Tanguy got stepped on and then they kick a ball into the back of his head and then no players go, up, or even he doesn't even stand up for himself, let alone, but no players even do anything. It just feels like they just, I don't know. It felt like they almost wanted to lose this one too, Jay. But I do agree with you with Doherty. I don't know. I think this was maybe the final stroke or final kind of straw for him, because I don't know. He got subbed off immediately at halftime. I think that probably did show to Conte that this guy is useless playing out there. And the thing is with Doherty as well, he's supposed to be good going forward and, maybe suspect defensively, but he's just suspect of both. That's all I can tell you too, Jay. But yeah, I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot both times as well, my man, but pick yourself up. Do appreciate the big support. And also David, he's absolute YouTube. He's a YouTube legend as well too, Jay is.
Like 2 million followers, doing something right.
Yeah,
he is. Certainly is. Frank in the building saying, lads, remember what I said. Let's see how Conte's Spurs react after a bad loss. I mean, I guess this is the time, but how many times have they had a bad loss? We saw it against Zagreb. They came up into the North London derby, embarrassed us there as well. I don't know, Marcel, just how many... They've been embarrassed like this so many times. We've already even seen it with Mura this season. They got embarrassed. I guess they responded well after that, but I don't know. They never continue it for a long time. I mean, I don't really see how they respond to this. I think this was really shocking. I mean, but Dave, do you feel like they've maybe become a different team after this?
Our team become a different team after this?
Let's see how they react after a bad loss, is what Frank says.
Yeah, look, let's see how they react. I mean, hopefully we can come back and show a bit of grit and desire and determination. But the point is, it's already too late. You're already 2 down at the tie. I mean, you should be showing that from minute 1. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, if we capitulate here, it's absolutely shocking, and it just kind of backs up mine and Marcelo's point. I do hope there is a reaction, but for me, it's already too late. What's the point of reacting in the second leg? It should have been done today. Today was time to react and get the result. It's too late. It's too late.
I don't know what to tell you, Frank. I mean, it seems like they've had this result too many times in the past that I really don't see them reacting too differently from the ones from before. It just seems like we've seen this script before. We have seen this script before. I'm just trying to get to the next one.
Let's be honest with you, right? This is a team that has us knocked out of the Europa Conference League. Now, we can sit here and say we've been hard done by with the Rennes game. Yes, probably have done. We should never have been in this position in the first place. Now we're going out of the Carabao Cup without a fight. How many other teams are we going out of without a fight?
Yeah. 2J saying our only 10-second creative chance came from a kid with a bowl cut and a pubescent mustache, Brian Hill. I mean, Marcelo, I think this is what I was kind of speaking about, though, where Brian Hill, it's not like I'm expecting him to do very much, but he comes on and he didn't actually seem as afraid or as intimidated or whatever it was compared to the other players that was out there. He did not seem as rattled. He actually seemed like he was actually eager to do something out there, where some of these players, they come on the pitch and they're just pretty much bending over before the whistle is even blown.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, he showed a little, something that, we were lacking. On the pitch, but the thing is, why are you requiring our young, as a senior player, how embarrassed must you be that you have to rely on a 20-year-old to show a little bit of fight, to show you how the job is done when you're an experienced footballer who's been playing in the Premier League for years.
International footballers, too.
Yeah, it's a joke. Nah, Clowns FC, bro. And you know what, Spurs fans, I know there's a lot of Chelsea fans bantering in the chat. The reason is, right, taking those words and just feel that, because you know what, those banter words, we deserve it, because those are the players that represent us. Don't be mad at Chelsea fans. They have every right to banter us today, because had we done that to them, I would have been at their sites, I would have been at their Twitter page, and I would have bantered them. So don't get mad at them. Get mad at this fucking team. These assholes who let you down week in and week out. Be mad at them for allowing Chelsea fans to clown you like this.
I mean, 2J, it is quite sad that, it seems like Brian Hill is the only one with a strong mentality at this rate, the one that actually wants to do something, and it's coming from a 20-year-old, which really is just shocking. Benedict Tampa is saying, win together, lose together. See you next time, Irish fam.
Yeah, No, look, look, it's a fair point. Fair point. You win together, you lose together. I get it. Same time, look, I'm just pissed off. I'm just pissed off. I mean, we weren't together out there today, and ultimately that's what cost us.
Big yourself up, Benedict. Tampa's absolutely lose together, win together. Always with the Harris Army, though, regardless. Fast Radfar says all needed was Rodon for Dyer, not 3 out of position. So I think he's basically saying we needed basically Rodon just to come in instead of Tanganga, and then you keep Sanchez maybe in the right side center back position, and I guess Rodon would have played in the center. Do you feel like things could have been different?
It's all hindsight, isn't it, though, Jacko?
Yeah.
Look, I do get the point. I mean, it's a valid point. You look at Doherty playing out of position, Sanchez moved into the centre. I wouldn't really say that's playing out of the position because he should be a centre back anyway. And then Tanganga coming in a right centre back. I do see where Faz is coming from. Look, it's hindsight. I mean, look, you could have put in Roden and it could have been completely different today. I get it. I do want to say quickly, everybody, there's 320 something in house. Make sure you smash that like button on the stream. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you are new. But big up, Jacko. Let's keep it going, my man.
Dark Sun G saying if Sess or Reggie aren't available from the start, we need to use 4 in the back. Conte will kill them in training and make sure we make an upset happen. So I guess if we fall into this position again, Dark Sun G, where Sess and Reggie aren't available, we have to switch the entire system. It just seems kind of crazy to me. It just seemed kind of crazy that we would have to do that. I kind of agree that we would have to do that because we just have no ability, it seems like, at the wing back positions. But I don't know. That's just kind of ridiculous to even think about that. You would have to basically uproot all of Conte's identity just because we have such little depth at wing back.
Yeah. Look, I can see what he's going for. Maybe playing 4 at the back and having an extra body going forward. But look, it's not Conte's style, is it? I don't think you're going to see him switch. The only thing you will see switch is either a 3 in midfield or a 2 in midfield. Being honest,
the thing is like that's also factually wrong. Like we played Doherty in his best position. We played Winks in his best position. We played Ndombele in his best position. They're just crap. Like when are we just gonna accept? Like how many different we came in with Mourinho, right? Everybody said Mourinho's gonna try the 4-3-3, his classic 4-3-3 or his classic 4-2, 3-1, that's his formation. He tried that, failed. We have Pochettino, who had his formation. He failed, right? Then we had Nuno, he was shit, but he tried other, formations, failed. We had Ryan Mason, who sometimes would play, 4-4-2, 4-3-3, more attacking style, failed. Now we have Conte. Everybody's saying, let's play 3 at the back. And then as soon as that starts failing, what do we say? Oh, let's switch the system. Conte needs to switch the system. Get the best out of this player. Get the best out of that player. There's no getting the best out of these players. Yeah. Wake up. Stop. There's no getting the best out of these players. Buy. Sell, buy. That's it. Up to you, Levy. Sell and buy.
Dark Sun G, I see where you're coming from. I just don't want to see Conte have to, work that hard in order to make something work. It just seems like a bit sad. He should have the resources to never have to change his system. But Dark Sun G, you're thinking, in the worst case scenario. And, I think you're on the right track there, maybe with that sort of kind of tactical switch. But I don't know. I guess you just can't see Doherty out there anymore, my man. But big yourself up. Frank saying, David, my brother, calm down. I'm 51 and seen plenty of second legs comebacks at home. Keep the faith. 3-5-2 in the second leg. And let's do an Ajax.
Not going to do an Ajax because you don't have the players that we had in Ajax. You don't have a Toby Alderweireld. You don't have a Jan Vertonghen. You don't have a Danny Rose. You know what I mean? Ericsson. Dele Alli played. He's been nowhere near it since then. I mean, Ajax isn't going to happen because the thing is, and this is what I'm trying to keep saying, we had better players back then. Look, I get what people say. I mean, look, let's be honest. I'm one of the most fucking deluded fans there are out there. I'm always getting people pumped up for games, this, that, and the other. I do not see a way back in this tie whatsoever. I get what Frank is saying. I get where he's coming from. But Frank, I'm 30, and I've also seen my team bottle fucking big occasion after big occasion after big occasion after big occasion. I get you have more years, but fuck me, man. All I've seen for the last 30 years has been let down. Simple fact of the matter is we do not have the same players we did in Ajax, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Look, and you know what? I'll be honest, Frank, I love you. I think you're a good personality, but to be honest with you, kind of insulting to tell me to calm down because I'm fucking passionate, man. I just want to win these games. I want to win trophies. I want to be the fucking very best team there is. I mean, of course I'm going to get annoyed when we lose these games. I mean, this club is all I fucking have. You know what I mean? I just want to be successful. I'm sick of the hurt. Of course I'm going to be angry.
Yeah, I mean, Frank, all I can tell you is it just
I'll be honest,
feel like
actually, sorry, if there's anyone that's not angry over this, I'll question it. I'll question it, to be honest with you. This is a fucking rival team. This is Chelsea. If you're not
in
angry,
a semi-final.
In a semifinal as well, yeah, nonetheless. Yeah.
I'm livid, bro. I'm livid. I'm just containing it because I don't want you to get, derailed there, David.
Big up though, Frank. Really appreciate the support. And honestly, I don't see an Ajax. I just don't. Faz Radfire saying only players who put in a shift were Kane and Lloris. I just think, to be honest, I think it was just Lloris, and even then, I just don't think any players. I don't really think any players, and I hate to say this, even Skip, I don't really think can hold his head too high, even after one like this. As much as I think he is a gem, as much as I think he is a diamond, I just don't think any players really showed it or really did themselves any favors to, stand out from the rest. I don't think anybody really stood out from each other, to be honest, except maybe Hugo.
Hugo kept us in the game. The only reason there are some people still saying that we can go back in a second tie and possibly win it is because of Hugo Lloris. He is the only player that gets anything above a 3 tonight. And I'll give Hugo an 8 tonight because he actually kept us in the game. He actually kept us in the second tie. You can't blame him for any of those other goals. It's completely the defense fault. He's the only person that kept us in the game. Only person that did his job. He gets an 8. Everybody else gets less than a 3.
There you are, Faz, my man. 2J saying Conte, Chelsea are much better than us. There's a lot of job to do. There's a lot of work or a lot of jobs to do at Spurs. It seems as if he's trying as hard as possible to wake Levy up. I mean, he's probably just going up to his penthouse, up to his VIP box right now, David, and probably just asking for his wallet.
Look, you can lead a horse to water, Jack, but you can't make it. You can't make it. You just can't. I mean, look, Levy has to want to be able to turn this around, first of all. He has to want to be able to put the money in. He has to find the money from somewhere to be able to put it right. Now, we're being told there's not that much money available this January window. Conte's sitting there screaming, I'm doing the best I can, but I need help this window. How much help is he going to get? Is it going to be the right help? We don't know. But my point is this could very, very quickly implode in front of us. Very quickly implode. Conte was saying that they haven't even had the discussions yet. And look, to be honest with you, my thing on it is, my feelings on it is maybe that he's saying that because obviously they're not going to release if they are targeting players because they don't want to piss other clubs off, maybe. I get that. But it's just worrying. It's worrying. Like, the thing is, we have to find the money from somewhere. The players have to want to come. We have Conte. I believe they will want to come. But the thing is, you can see Conte getting pissed off very, very quickly. He won a league at Chelsea and still went up and had a bust up with the board over transfers. That's the whole reason why he lost his job. And there's been other jobs where he's walked out over transfers and stuff like that. This guy will walk if he's not given what he's been promised. And then what are you doing? You're going back to bringing in other managers where Ben Davies, Sanchez, Kane, Son and all, they decide they want to turn off again because they're not feeling that manager, and you're back to square one. Levy does have to wake up now, and he has to find the money from somewhere, and they have to go and sign players. I'm not hearing any excuses. I mean, Everton are not at the same level as us. They've already gone out and signed 2 players in full-back positions. One at left back, one at right back. That guy Patterson from Rangers and that guy Mikalenko, whatever you want to call him, from Ukraine. They've already bought in a couple of players to improve their fortunes. We need to do the same. Conte's already said it in his press conferences. There's only so much he can do with this squad. It's limited. I don't know why us fans sit here expect to see a lot better from all of these players. We know the squad is limited. Jose told us it was limited. Poch told us it was limited. He wanted a fucking rebuild. And that was the best squad we've had. Nuno was saying it was limited. Conte's telling us it's limited. Let's wake up here. It's limited. How many more managers that win things in the game do we have to be told by that this squad is limited for us to tell them that they're wrong? They're not wrong. They're right. This squad is limited. Go and get the players in. I'm not asking them to go and be ridiculous and, fucking spend 300-400 million or go and sign 6 players this window. But identify a ball-playing midfielder, identify a player in centre back, and go and get them in regardless. I mean, you look at the summer transfer window. We didn't actually spend big money. We still haven't paid for Galini. Still haven't paid for that other guy, Romero. Still haven't paid for him. So I don't want to hear that there's not money there. It fucking is. Go and get it and spend it. Has to be done. We have to wake Levy up. How many managers do we have to keep letting come in that have won Premier Leagues, Champions League, domestic cups, and tell us that the squad is limited for us to turn around and say, no, you're the problem, goodbye. I'm not having it anymore.
I mean, 2J, if Conte's just said that out loud, and I do, 2J, really appreciate the support, and also thanks for letting us know what Conte had to say, but if he's saying that, he's just asking Levy. He's basically just saying, take me out of my misery. I basically tried to make it this far. He got us to the January window with a pretty good record and some pretty good results. And now he's basically just saying, I can only take it so far. He's already practically giving up on some of these players, 2J, after 2 months, my man. But big yourself up. I mean, I couldn't agree more. And just Conte, hopefully he's just shaking Levy's wallet at this rate, just asking, for basically a whole new squad, because that's what he's going to need. And honestly, it's time for Levy to pay up for it, because he's just been sleeping at the wheel for this long, I must say. But big yourself up, 2J. Really do appreciate it, my man. But Marcelo, I mean, what do you feel like? Do you feel like maybe it's just Conte just already is kind of giving up on some of these players with this quote?
I given up on these players 3 seasons ago, bro.
But you think Conte already has?
As he should. These players are not giving him the same respect back. They're not showing the same commitment that he has back. So why should he trust them? Why do we live in an era where the manager has to, suit the player in every single way? Why do we live in an era where we need to convince players that are paid $200K a week, that are playing at a top club, to convince them to just do the basics? Track back, pass the ball. Why is it? What happened to being professional? What happened to being a proper footballer? What happened to holding yourself accountable? You know why, look, you know why Liverpool, I hate to say it, but you know why Liverpool looks like a proper team, regardless of who they play, even when players are out, even when players are missing? You know why they look like proper team? Because players, they brought in players that want to play for Liverpool. You know why Chelsea looks like a proper team, even though this was a depleted Chelsea? Because they brought in players that want to play for Chelsea, right? Like Man City, they brought in players that want to play for Man City.
Yeah,
I can name a couple players there that don't want to play for Tottenham, and it clearly shows. It clearly shows. So if you don't want to play for Tottenham and you don't want to play for Conte, serves them right. Conte should lose confidence in them.
Yeah. Yep, there you are. So big yourself up, 2J. And honestly, the fact that Conte has said that out loud and already in the press conference is a good sign. That's all I'll say. It is a bit of a blessing.
I just want to say, 2J, email me. theirishshit@gmail.com. Email me, my man. We'll get you on. Big yourself up, legend.
Paranormal Yido Frank is saying, David, I'm just worried about your health. I know the truth and who we are.
Look, I mean, I get it. I mean, I think the whole world's probably worried about my health now, being a Spurs fan, you know what I mean? But no, look, don't worry about my health, my man. I'm fine. I just, I just get disappointed very easily, and today's one of them. I mean, just let down. And look, sometimes I just have to face the truth. And but look, I appreciate the sentiment, my man. I appreciate it. Don't worry, I'm not going to have a stroke or a heart attack. Sometimes I feel like it, but don't worry, I won't.
He's taken, honestly, these players, Dave, you probably didn't have to, go to the doctor for the tablets, too much recently, but these players are, back and, making you do it all over again. Franco Martini saying, this is an old script that I'm sick of and tired of seeing. The simple fact is Chelsea's players wanted it more than ours. That's what has to change. And Marcel, this is kind of maybe where it needs to be slammed home. It's not like we were looking at our squad and thinking our squad is, better than Chelsea's, man for man. It's not like we were delusional thinking that, Chelsea don't have better players and better positions, but this is exactly what it is that not only do we lose in that department, but then we don't make up for it with any sort of effort or grit or graft or just any sort of 2-degree bullocks. I don't know.
It's a derby. It's a derby, Jack. It's a derby. It's a derby. You fight like your life depends on it. Okay, yes, we would understand if we went out there and lost 2-0. You know, but like we gave everything we had, right? We would understand that. Battle of the Bridge. You cannot tell a single Spurs fan that they didn't think that team went out to win, right? Like, we have been better Chelsea sides. I've already said this. We've been better Chelsea sides with worse squads on paper. It's about passion.
Yeah. Franco, I mean, I just don't know what to tell you because that's all pretty much we're asking. We just ask basically us to put in a similar performance that we did against Liverpool, where we actually just have some sort of grit, have some sort of, identity, at least have some sort of pride in the way that they play out there. But it seems like when we're away from home, we just don't seem to carry that with us I think it's just two different teams sometimes, home and away, which is also a big concern for me as well, David. But I don't know.
Franco gets it, Jack. Franco gets it. I mean, look, there's more than one way of winning a game. If you cannot compete on a football 11, then there's other ways. Bring them down to your level. Start arguments. Get them rattled that way. Rattle them. There's other ways of winning a football game. And I completely agree with what he has said here. They wanted it more than us. I mean, if we did bring it to a dogfight, they were more willing for a dogfight than us because they were scrapping for every second ball and won it. We just weren't ready. We didn't want it. They wanted it more. We rocked up, shell shot, waiting for the mistakes to happen. It's that simple.
Do you feel like, Dave, if we had, let's say we just didn't shoot ourselves in the foot, let's say we saw 15, 30% effort more than we even saw today, which was bare minimum, could we have actually pulled out of that maybe with 0-0? Because maybe what's starting to come to realization is it's not like Chelsea, despite them pinging it around, if Spurs had actually shown a bit more character, a bit more pride, a bit more effort, do you think we probably could have walked out of that maybe 0-0 or 1-0?
Mm-hmm. Yes, 100%. Jack, you walk out there with the right intensity, the right attitude and the right effort. That first goal doesn't happen because the passes are not that sloppy. Yeah. The second goal doesn't happen because everyone's switched on and you have some animal who wants to go and win that ball and clear it at all costs. The goals don't happen. You get out of here with a different result. But we didn't have any of it. We had no fight. We were already waiting to be rolled over. I mean, you look at the passing that led to the first goal. And I'll speak about it again. Son won a free kick to alleviate the pressure. We were under pressure from the first minute. They went straight up and nearly had a chance. Son managed to alleviate that pressure by winning the free kick. What do we do with that? We kick it straight back to them, which then in turns led them to build the attack for our goal. After Højbjerg had already bust his bollocks to win it back after Sanchez ballooned it back to Kepa. Then Sanchez gives a sloppy pass to Tanganga. Then that is a knock-on effect, a sloppy pass out to Emerson. And Emerson's already standing there flat-footed anyway, not on his toes, ready to receive the ball.
Yeah.
You walk out the right attitude, desire, right mentality. That doesn't happen because like I said, you make sure your first touch is right, this, that, and the other. But look, I've seen it time and time again with these guys. I mean, a lot of people have keep praising these defenders that have stepped in. They're doing great. Look at them. They're actually fucking defending. I mean, they're actually doing what they're getting paid for. Let's praise them. I'm sick of it. And I keep telling them, this is their ceiling. They're not going to improve. The game against West Ham, nearly lost because of Eric Dyer. Game tonight, we lost because of our defence. Our defence is still not good enough because they don't come out with the right attitude. They do not come out with the right attitude, but they don't even have the right mentality. Dyer, in the England squad, nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near it. Davies, the only reason why he plays for Wales is because they don't have any other defenders.
No.
You look at Tanganga. Was in the England under-21 squad. Nowhere near it now. Sanchez, the only reason why he plays for Colombia is because he's playing in the Premier League. That's it. That is it. It's not good enough. You go into midfield. I struggle to blame Skip and Højbjerg because you have 3-4 other donkeys on the wage bill who have not been doing it for consistently over 2-3 years and been given chance after chance after chance after chance. I mean, I wonder why the mentality isn't great at this club and sometimes they don't come into these games with the right attitude. It's because, I mean, you have too many players that are left floundering around doing what they want to do. And go back to what you said, Jack, the players that set the culture.
Yep.
And the only reason why the way that is going to change is by sticking with a manager and letting him implement the culture he wants to implement.
Yeah. And with that, lads, I gotta go. I'm flat I'm flat out for this performance. I literally showed up to work. I'm sweaty and I haven't even taken a shower yet. So I'm gonna go. Catch you guys later. Come on, you Spurs. Screw this team though. And Davey, you're absolutely right. Jacko, thank you for having me.
No,
Sorry that I couldn't stay any longer, guys.
I appreciate you coming on.
I love you guys. Thank you.
I'll see you, my man. Thanks for your time.
Franco, I think you couldn't have put it better. I think you could not have put it better, my man, but big yourself up. Paranormal Yudo, Frank is in with another one saying, if Levy doesn't spend in this window, if we don't protest in February, our fan base is shit. I'm hurting too. Good night. Love to this group. I mean, it's all fallen on Levy now, Frank. It's all fallen on Levy now. I mean, there's just no better culprit for this sort of performance. You just have to look at him now to just see if he can actually, for once, shake open that wallet and actually see if there are players that he can bring into this club that can actually have something to prove and offer something just a bit different. Just bring in some sense of quality, just for once spend in your life. And I think it's now the pressure's on Levy again, though, Dave, honestly, after a performance like this.
No, it is. But look, in terms of protest, they're not going to protest. I mean, they didn't protest at the worst of times. Definitely not going to protest now, that's for sure. But look, it's all on Levy now. I mean, Jack, I said it with Conte. He was always going to come in and, paper over the cracks, try and get the best out he can until January. And we said it when he was first appointed. But come January, you have to back him. You can't expect him to ride this till the end of the season. He already thinks we're going to fall short. He was talking about the likes of other United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal underperforming by 200% and us overperforming by 100% to even get near top four. The guy already knows that there's big problems here. And I mean, if Levy's not going to do it, I see Conte walking and getting frustrated. I'll be honest with you. Conte is not going to ruin his reputation for Daniel Levy. That is for sure. Conte has a good reputation in the game. It's been proven. You back him, he brings you titles. It's that simple. He is not ruining his reputation for Daniel Levy whatsoever. If he smells something wrong or he smells a rat, he will walk and protect his reputation. He doesn't have to be here. He's doing us a favor by coming here. He shouldn't be here. The only reason why he's here is because Inter Milan had financial troubles and had to sell their players. Other than that, he wouldn't even be here. And he's only here because we pulled the trigger quicker than Man United.
I think Conte is just going to walk if he doesn't get any sort of backing in January. If he gets nothing that comes in this January window, I feel like, honestly, he just has to walk because he's just being promised something. He's being promised lies, Dave. Especially, he's supposed to be kind of taking us back into Champions League. He's supposed to be having us tie. I don't care what he has at his disposal now. He has done quite well with what he has at his disposal. He's actually overperforming, if you ask me, with what players he has at his disposal. But if he expects to go a full season of these players and just continue to try to make miracles with these players, Dave, I think he'll walk. I don't think he can't last that long for his own pride, for his own reputation, just like you said.
No, he will. He will. I mean, he's not a man that's going to hang around, that's for sure. And the outlet says Levy will have Paratici bumped off if he tries to sign anybody. And that, Levy will probably be in isolation for this month. He'll catch COVID and he'll be isolated this month. But look, I think we'll leave it there, guys. I mean, there's not much more we can really say on that. Disappointed, deflated, flat, everything else with it. We just dust ourselves down, pick ourselves up for the next game, and let's go again. It's all you can do on nights like this. I mean, we've had a discussion. I'm not going to keep going till the well is dry. What I do want to say, if anybody out there does want to get involved and have your say, email me, get in contact with me on the social medias. It's all below. And I'll tell you how to send your video in with your reaction to the game, and we'll put it up onto the channel as well if anyone wants to do that. Tomorrow we'll be back with player ratings and a few other bits and pieces. A few big things coming up this month. I'm starting a podcast with We Are Tottenham TV and Matt Hayes, so that'll be coming out. We'll be rolling out Matt and Jack again in some sort of transfer shows as well. We'll have a Levy debate with Brian Daigle and Sean. That'll be very, very interesting as well. And we have much, much more. But guys, we will leave it there. As always, Come on, you Spurs. Actually, sorry, out there, I forget. A massive thank you to Jack Marcello today for the watch along, and a massive thank you to all of you guys for tuning in. Really, really do appreciate it. A massive thank you to all the new subscribers, and a massive thank you to everybody for the super chats, and that really, really do keep this channel going. A massive thank you to all. We'll be back bigger than ever. Expect a big month out of this channel, and hopefully we'll see you all back here tomorrow. As always, in Conte we trust. Come on, you Spurs.
Conte we trust.